They call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got them in your sights.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't wanna tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you, I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you have. Don't miss, just make, don't get it twisted. We're on a mission to live life legendary. Yeah, we are legendary. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. Thin our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us. There's strength in our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. You will remember our names. You will remember our names. Nobody said it would be easy. Nobody said that it would all be fine. But to get where we're going, brother, you gotta stay steadfast. Tread lightly, cause they're looking for a reason to knock you down. But you can't ask too politely. In the trenches, you gotta get loud. Hold the line. Hold the line.
Issa will throw again. Faces pressure coming up the middle, and they got him. A sack by the Dragons. Full motion out to the left. Brenda pumps towards Gunter, now looking down the left sideline. All alone as Brody Knowles makes the catch at the 30, inside the 20, 10, 5. He is in for the touchdown. They give it to Brooks one more time. This time he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. 15 yards after 1 quarter of play. Eagles lost yardage on that drive. The punt to Parker Harris going to be returnable. Fielded at the 42, running across left to right, has blockers out in front of him across the 40. Could he go all the way this time? Inside the 15, Harris to the house for the touchdown. Out of the shotgun. Looking to throw from the left hash, going to take a shot down the left sideline. It is going to be intercepted. For Gunter on first down again. Renda looking end zone, looking for Boyd, has it. Touchdown, Dragons.
It was a complete team victory as Coach Riley Dodge picked up his 100th win. This week, the Dragons are at home to face the Texans.
Hey Dragon fans, welcome to the Dragon Football Night pregame show sponsored by Clayton and Clayton Real Estate. Now here are your hosts, Chris Blake and Robert Clayton.
From Dragon Stadium in Southlake, it's the Carroll Dragons against the Northwest Texans. Our broadcast tonight presented by White's Chapel Methodist Church. Hi there and welcome into the Clayton and Clayton Real Estate pregame show. I'm Chris Blake with Robert Clayton, our director Tim Polster, and statistician Monty Clegg. Dragons on the verge of getting into the playoffs once again, leading District 4-6A at 5-0 in district play after a 66-7 win over Eaton last week. Tonight, Carroll takes on a Northwest team that is in danger of missing the playoffs for the first time since 2017. Believe it or not, we're already down to 3 games left in the regular season. Robert and I were just talking about how it felt like we were just in Midland a couple of days ago, and there's just 2 left at Dragon Stadium. There's a lot going on here tonight. It's the Pink Out game and 6th grade official visit night. We'll get to those 2 things in just a moment. But Robert, I know it's not necessarily on the list of goals for Carroll, but at 5-0 in district play with 3 games to go, Carroll's all but locked up a playoff spot. And that comes first before winning a district title, and it's not an insignificant step.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's part of the process, Chris. It's not the key ingredient, but yes, absolutely. It's a huge step. You can't win a district title or make a playoff run until you get in. And locking up that postseason spot takes some pressure off the next few weeks. It also gives the team a chance to fine-tune things heading into November, get healthy, clean up some details, and start playing their best football at the right time.
It is Pink Out night here as you see the pink ribbons and pink pom-poms for the Dragon cheerleaders down on the field. It is also 6th grade official visit night at Dragon Stadium. This is something that head coach Riley Dodge has put a lot of time and effort into tonight when 6th graders from around the district get a chance to go through the full night with the varsity football team as they prepare to play the Texans tonight, just as those 6th graders are getting ready to play 7th grade football. How big of a deal is this for those kids?
Well, I think number one, Coach Dodge is the architect of tonight, like you said, Chris, and it really starts with his leadership. It's a special night, kind of the first real taste of what being a Dragon is all about. These 6th graders get to see the energy, the preparation, and the tradition up close. For a lot of them, this night makes it feel real. I mean, when you start picturing yourself out there in a few years under these Friday night lights, it's also a great reminder of how strong the pipeline is here in Southlake, from youth football all the way up through the varsity program. And I can tell you, Chris, if you're sitting in that locker room, not only are you seeing what it's going to be like, but you're seeing how the veterans, the leadership, the seniors, the juniors prepare for a game. So you take it all in, and it's a pretty fun time for the guys. And I tell you what, the eyes are wide open too.
Well, we're awaiting a pregame ceremony with head coach Riley Dodge down on the field. He's hanging out by midfield right now with some of his family members out there as well. We expect him to be presented with something for winning his 100th game last week in his career against Eaton. He has a record of 109. By all accounts, the second fastest head coach to reach 100 wins in state history. And we talked a lot about it last week. And today, you sent me a video that had former NFL coach, former Monday Night Football analyst John Gruden talking about Riley Dodge winning his 100th game.
If you're out listening, Google it. John Gruden, 100 wins, Riley Dodge. He made a fantastic post just congratulating Coach Dodge today and even giving shout-outs to a lot of the players on the team. It was really neat to see, but, it's really hats off to Coach Dodge and what he's done. He's done it all at South Lake Carroll. Being back at your alma mater and doing this is pretty incredible, Chris.
Well, we're awaiting the ceremony, which we will bring to you when it happens, but we'll take a quick break in the meantime. Carroll getting set to host Northwest tonight at Dragon Stadium. You're watching the Clayton & Clayton Real Estate pregame show on the Dragon Sports Network.
Recoat Revolution, your one-day floor solution. I'm Joe Worrell, South Lake resident, Air Force veteran, and proud father of 2 dragons. Our one-day sandless, dustless process refreshes flooring without the mess, smell, and expense of traditional refinishing. If your floors have damage, wear from furniture, or even little dragon talons, we can tackle those issues to have you back in a clean home that night. Sandless, dustless, odorless, done by dinner. Recoat Revolution. Go Dragons!
Dr. Angela Bowers would like to invite you to visit South Lake Dermatology, which serves patients throughout the Metroplex in medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology. We recommend always using a zinc oxide sunscreen, such as Elta MD, and utilizing HelioCare, which is a sun protective pill. We have seen the incidence of skin cancers on the rise, including melanoma, which is the most harmful type. With yearly skin checks, we will be able to find skin cancer much earlier. Read about skin cancer and sunscreen options online at southlakedermatology.com.
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium. You're looking at a pregame ceremony with head coach Riley Dodge being recognized for winning his 100th career game last week. Has his family out there as well as representatives from the district.
100th career victory. Let's give him a big round of applause, Dragon Nation.
Coach Dodge getting a nice reception from the fans here, several of them coming to their feet. And now for Coach Dodge, probably would prefer to do this not before a game. He is a competitive guy, and he's ready to go to work.
Well, I'll tell you, he likes it to be about the kids.
Right.
He doesn't like it to be about him. And there's certain things you're going to have to do, but he wants to be in that locker room with the guys.
Yeah.
He wants to get ready for the game. He wants to go to battle. He wants to lead his troops out, and that's where his mind is tonight.
Yeah, but certainly a nice touch by the district and everyone involved to recognize the significance of the moment. But some of those players he will be coaching tonight are part of our player spotlight this evening, and we will start on the defensive side of the ball with Parker Harris, who has been finding ways to impact the game all over the field, whether it's on special teams, whether it's on defense. We started to see more of him as the Dragons went through their playoff run last year, and he has just continued to add more aspects to his game that have played a big role this year for Carroll.
Well, he's a guy who's committed to Carroll School of Mines, and he's just an athlete. He can play everything. And if you ever seen him in person, he is like a thoroughbred. He can run, he can cover, he can tackle, he can return kicks. And it seems like even from week 1 to Midland, Chris, we've been talking about how he was going to break one on special teams. He was getting so close, and finally did. But I think, you see the value of Parker Harris, just the defense, offense. He's just that Swiss Army knife for Carroll.
Yeah, so far this year, he's got 29 tackles. He's got a sack, an interception, 3 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. He's also broken a punt return for a touchdown as you get a look at what he's done over the last few weeks. Had 7 tackles, a season high last week. Also had that touchdown as well. Over 300 yards in the return game on the year as well for Parker Harris. Well, on the offensive side of the ball for Carroll, it's not quite senior night here, but want to take a second to recognize some of the senior leaders up front who don't show up on the stat sheet because they're not carrying the ball, but Kerry Clayton, Nathan Damaraki have been consistent forces on the offensive line all season.
Yeah, I think two guys have played a lot of football together and played a lot of football for this varsity team. They're part of an offensive line group. Luke Wilson, Tristan Dare, Will Barley, and C.J. Johnson. They're just grinders up front, and these two in particular, being seniors, have done a terrific job. They play right next to each other. If you look at both of them, you see Kerry Clayton, senior center, 6'3", 280, benches 335, cleans 295. He's taking the next step and going to Memphis next year. Then you have Nathan Damaraki, the senior right guard, 6'2", 275, benches 285, squats 450. He's going to Amherst. He's joining another fellow offensive lineman from Southlake in Jonathan McLaughlin out in Amherst. And so two really good guys, two seniors guys who provide tremendous leadership for that group up front.
Every time we show linemen in our pregame, we feature a lot of these lifts. We had Jake Lucky up here with some of his lifting numbers as well. It's a big part of the Carroll program and something that I don't know how much attention it gets, but it's something Carroll really emphasizes.
Well, I think since the addition of Coach Castleberry as the strength coach, you're able to formalize really a process of lifting and making an emphasis, and not only lifting, but making it into a D1 type program atmosphere. And you've seen the guys just completely start to excel. You see records getting broken every year. They're stepping the bar up each year, and it starts with Coach Castleberry.
That's a look at our player spotlight tonight as we get set for Carroll and Northwest from Dragon Stadium. Coming up next on the Clayton & Clayton Real Estate pregame show, we'll hear from Dragons head coach Riley Dodge as we count you down to kickoff on the Dragon Sports Network.
As a Dragon, it's all about protecting the tradition. As a church, it's our mission to make more deeply committed followers of Jesus. This is Todd Renner from White's Chapel in Southlake. For over 150 years, White's Chapel has been a part of this community. And though times have changed, our need for the gospel of Jesus Christ, our need to worship and grow and serve, our need to shine the light into the darkness hasn't. That's why White's Chapel is a church where tradition meets today.
Hey, did you hear? Somebody didn't want Feed Store barbecue. That's right, it's true. One fella the other day, he wanted Feed Store chicken fried steak, and another asked for a Feed Store hamburger. And one scamp, well, he even had the nerve to ask for Feed Store burn ends. Yeah, Feed Store is famous for its barbecue, but there's so much more. Order online at feedstorebbq.com and go Dragons.
Dragon fans, the wait is over. The Dragon Den is your one-stop shop for spirit wear, gear, and everything green, black, and white. Show your pride and represent Southlake Carroll everywhere you go. Protect the tradition and shop at the Den. We are open every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and all freshman, JV, and varsity home games. The Dragon Den is the perfect spot to gear up for game day. Go Dragons!
Hey Dragons, athletes, fans, and champions of all kinds. I'm Dr. Isabel Lopez at Life's Medicine, and my team and I are here to help you feel, recover, and perform at your absolute best. From guided weight loss to hormone balance, we create a personalized game plan for peak health. Boost your recovery with cryotherapy, recharge with red light therapy, and fuel your body with our powerful Slim Shots. Don't just cheer from the sidelines. Step into your own strongest and healthiest self. Visit us and let's build your winning season, both on and off the field, at Life's Medicine, where health meets performance. Go Dragons!
Welcome back to the Clayton & Clayton Real Estate pregame show as we get set for Carroll and Northwest here on the Dragon Sports Network. Chris Blake joined by Carroll head coach Riley Dodge. And Coach, going back to last week's win over Eaton, one of the things that jumped out was the success on the ground, 180 yards, 5 rushing touchdowns last week. What allowed you to have that kind of success against the Eagles?
Yeah, I think we played complementary football the majority of the night, and we had some short fields and got explosives. They got us into the low red, and we just got into 11 personnel, and a couple times chipped away at it and got the ball into the end zone with our running backs. And I thought Davis had a really good night. Thought the offensive line played really well up front, but it was good to get as many rushing touchdowns as we did the other night.
Talk about the elite defense. They didn't give up a touchdown against Eaton. The only points the Eagles scored was on a kick return. What does Lee Munn continue to do to continue to put up these results, to continue to have these guys firing on all cylinders week in and week out?
Well, I think Lee is just one of the best in our business. Of just he's an amazing teacher of the game, and the way he's able to relay information from his brain to the kids and try to simplify it and allow them to play fast is really unique. But at the end of the day, our kids are just really dialed in. I think it goes to just a bunch of senior leadership on the defense side of the ball, a lot of guys that play a lot of football. And then, I think there's just a lot of trust on our side, on the defense side of the ball right now. I think last year we were a little, timid at times to communicate, didn't want to be wrong, but the communication's been really, really good all year. It just, the kids are playing great on first down. And then, Lee's doing a great job with our defensive staff and the communication from our coaches to our kids.
Tonight you take on a Northwest team that features the area's leading 6A rusher in Karis Sala. What makes him a special player?
Yeah, he's a tough runner. He's very direct. One of the fastest dudes on the field. Big, strong athlete. But there's not a lot of wasted movement with him. He's very point A to point B. You very rarely on film see one guy bring him down. He really drives his knees. He's looking for contact as well. He doesn't shy away from it. And he's good out of the backfield too as a receiver. He's got to be our focal point all night. We got to be physical up front and allow our linebackers to go to work and safeties come downhill and make tackles. But we got to be great tacklers in space, and we got to understand that when we got them wrapped up, we got to have other guys to the party.
Now, you've obviously been at Carroll for 8 years now, but this brief stop before that was at Northwest for a season under head coach Bill Poe. He was also on the staff here for a time. What's your relationship like with him, and what's it like year in and year out going back into taking on a team where you worked for a season?
Yeah, he's one of my mentors. I love Bill Poe. I love the Poe family. Our family goes way back with the Poes. My dad worked for his dad Ron at McKinney in the early '80s, and then Bill worked for my dad at Marble Falls. Bill coached me in high school, and I got an opportunity to go work for Bill at Northwest. So our family is very linked up in a lot of different ways, and I learned a lot. I've learned a lot from Bill offensively and just how to run a program. But he's one of the best in the business, and I credit a lot of my success to Bill Poe.
Tonight at Dragon Stadium is also Dragon official visit night for sixth graders. Public school football starts in seventh grade, so getting these guys fired up ahead of next season. What goes into that? Yeah,
we started this years back. I just thought it was very important to get those sixth graders that are in Dragon Youth football, or even kiddos that see themselves playing seventh grade football for us, to come experience a game day with us. So they'll do everything a varsity football player does. On Friday, they'll be in the locker room with us. They'll be on sideline during pregame. They'll do the Dragon Walk, the whole deal. So it's a special event. It's funny. As you've been here a little bit longer, you have kids that are in your field house now that did the sixth grade official visit night, and so I know it means a lot to them, but it's really special for us as a coaching staff as well.
And finally, Pink Out game tonight. You've had great home crowds every week so far. This is home game number 4 on the season. How much of a difference have you noticed in the crowds at home, and what has it added to the experience for you guys on the field?
Yeah, there's just so much buy-in right now, more than probably there ever has been in my 8 years here. And we've had some amazing crowds. Our community's really invested in this football team. But there's just so many other organizations that are involved in Friday night that have done a great job of bringing the crowd that's needed at Dragon Stadium for home games. We only got 5 of them. From Touchdown Club to our Booster Club to the band, Emerald Bells, cheer, so on and so forth. But the tailgating is unbelievable on Friday nights at Dragon Stadium. But it's definitely been felt by our coaching staff and these kids.
And that's Carroll head coach Riley Dodge before the Dragons take on Northwest coming up at 7 on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hello, Dragon fans. Julie Walter here from the Baker Firm, Fidelity National Title, located right here in Southlake. It's Dragon football season, and as a mother of 4 former Dragons, I truly know how busy our fall schedules can get. At the Baker Firm, we provide great customer service with our knowledgeable escrow team, and we pride ourselves with a boutique-style title office that will close our customers anywhere in the DFW area. So, as you get ready to sell, buy, or refinance your home, be sure to tell your local agent or lender you want to close with the Baker Firm, and you are sure to score a touchdown.
Hey, Dragon fans, this is Robert Clayton with the Clayton team at Clayton Real Estate. Karen Young and I have been proudly serving Southlake for over 30 years in residential resale, family owned and operated, and former Dragons. Being a Dragon graduate, we truly understand what it means to be a Dragon. Tradition, excellence, and a winning team. That's what we provide our clients, the best service and experience in the industry with a winning tradition. Dragons representing Dragons. Call us today at 817-894-4152 or visit us on the web at www.dragonrealtors.com. Go Dragons.
Looking for a roofer who truly knows Southlake? My name is Chad Cross, owner of CLC Roofing, a longtime Southlake resident who's proud to serve this community. For decades, we have protected Dragon Country with roofs built to handle the scorching sun, sudden hail, and high winds, all while keeping your homes looking beautiful. CLC Roofing proudly supports the Carroll ISD, the Carroll Booster Club, and local events. Supporting Southlake is part of who we are. We know every HOA standard, city code, and neighborhood nuance because we live here too. When the storm hits, we're not hours away. We're already in your community, ready to help the moment you need us. Our crews are safety certified and led by project managers who always focus on details. From minor repairs to full replacements, we bring expert craftsmanship and clear communication to every project. We only install top-tier roofing materials, and as an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, we can offer extended warranties most roofers cannot, because trust and quality go hand in hand. Protect the tradition, Southlake.
Southlake Dermatology offers specialized acne regimens using a combination of prescriptions and procedures that are covered by insurance. The Specialized Acne Treatment Center offers a full range of services with access to samples and rebates that are only available through a dermatologist. Our office is on the 3rd floor of the Southlake Medical Building attached to Methodist Hospital off of 114. Find us on Facebook or search our website at southlakedermatology.com.
Side gets away from a defender across the 5. Touchdown, Dragons.
From Dragon Stadium in Southlake, it's the Carroll Dragons against the Northwest Texans. Hi there, everybody. Chris Blake alongside Robert Clayton, our statistician Monty Clegg, and director Tim Polster tonight. The coin toss going on at midfield right now. Brought to you by the Baker Firm, Fidelity National Title. If you need title work, call Julie Walter. Carroll won the toss and deferred to the second half, so Northwest will get the ball first. So we will get to see one of the top running backs in the area on the first series of the game. But before we do that, we'll get you the starting lineups for the Dragons tonight. As Carroll makes its way into the tunnel, the offensive backfield for Carroll will be Angelo Renda and Davis Penn. Penn scored 3 touchdowns on the ground a week ago against Eaton. The receivers for Renda tonight, this group's gotten a lot of attention this year, and deservedly so. Brock Boyd, Brody Knowles, Blake Gunter, and Caden Mackey getting into the end zone last week for the first time this year.
Yeah, it's been a process for Caden Mackey, just settling in and his improvement year by year, and just this season overall, blocking, receiving, and finding the end zone was pretty spectacular.
offensive line left to right, Tristan Dare, Will Barley, Kerry Clayton, C.J. Johnson, and Nathan Damaraki. We highlighted the seniors, Clayton and Damaraki, pregame today. And Johnson getting the start as well. Up front defensively, Crawford Taylor, Jake Lucky, Jackson Oakley, and Marcus Browse. Linebackers and corners, Taven Coons and Luke Busman on the outside, Robbie Ladd, Will Lines in the middle for Carroll. And the safeties for the Dragons, William Chen, Gavin Strange, Austin Busman, and Parker Harris. One combination of 3 out of those 4 guys stay on the field for Carroll at all times. The Dragons take the field here in Southlake, the second to last home game, believe it or not, of the regular season. Carroll, of course, in position to likely host a first-round playoff game as well, so we should get another game here at Dragon Stadium in early November. But before we get to the national anthem, Robert, let's take a look at your keys to the game tonight.
Yeah, I think the first thing is don't let the quarterback Hartman get hot. You know, they don't throw an awful lot, maybe averaging 22 attempts a game, but he is fairly accurate, you know, completing about 65% of his passes. I think create chaos in the backfield, especially the Texan backfield. You've got to slow down number 3, Sela. He is a phenomenal runner. We'll talk more about him throughout the game, but he is a guy that can actually change the game, and he's been a dynamic runner all year. And I think for the Dragon offense, as good as time as ever to establish a run and really take control of the time of possession of the game, Chris.
Well, if you're thinking about buying or selling your Southlake home, meet Robert Clayton and Karen Clayton Young with Clayton & Clayton Real Estate, recognized by both clients and industry professionals as one of the very best in Southlake and DFW. Robert and Karen bring expertise and hometown pride. As Carroll graduates, lifelong Dragons, Dragon parents, and 30-year residents, they're invested in the community and serve through nonprofits and youth sports benefiting Southlake and Carroll ISD. The Clayton team is committed to making your real estate experience seamless from start to finish. Clayton & Clayton Real Estate, where Dragons represent Dragons. We'll now pause as the Dragon Band plays tonight's national anthem before Carroll hosts Northwest. Dragon Band completing the national anthem tonight as Carroll gets set to host Northwest in District 4-6A action. Chris Blake with Robert Clayton alongside for the next couple of hours. Thanks for spending part of your Friday night with us. The referees, the officials for tonight's game. The referee is Ryan Vance. The umpire, Matt Zaragoza. The head line judge is Dwayne Barbie. The line judge, Josh Hale. The back judge is Chris Pucci. The side judge, Patrick Clayton, and the field judge, Marcus Dawson. It's probably not that Patrick Clayton, but never know.
You never know, Chris.
So Carroll won the toss, elected to defer to the second half. So Northwest will get the ball first. Back to return for the Texans is Brady Taylor alongside Nick Curley. Curley committed to Army. He's one of the starting cornerbacks and receivers on this team. Will go both ways for the Texans, and Gavin Strange will kick it off.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, Chris, talking about Curley, just an athlete. You know, what he makes up in size, you know, he takes after in terms of determination and athleticism, and he's a guy this Northwest team relies on for big plays.
Strange puts the foot into it. This will land in the end zone for a touchback, and this Northwest offense will take the field tonight on an 83-degree night. Sun has set as we get deeper into the fall. Mostly set. Still a little bit of sunlight, but nearly dark here. Lights in full effect at Dragon Stadium, and we'll get our first look at this Northwest offense. Under quarterback Mark Hartman, a junior, 6'1", 185 pounds, and the running back is junior Carice Sela, who leads all 6A rushers in North Texas with 1,266 yards, 12 touchdowns on the year. Send the tight end in motion left to right. Give it to Sela on the first play of the game. He's tripped up and brought down by Robbie Ladd after a short gain of a couple of yards.
That's a great job by the Dragon defense. You talk about playing over the top, especially with a guy like Sela. He's going to make a cut here and there, and he's going to break something from time to time. And it's very, very important that you wrap up and you take Sela to the ground because he can be dangerous all game long.
Last week he had 23 carries for 142 yards. They send Jackson Arellano in motion. Now to throw, Hartman over the middle, complete, right near the sticks. This one hauled in by Jackson Lessakar, a senior.
Yeah, you see this Texan offense, you're primarily going to see 3x1, 2x1, or 2x2 on them, and they're going to come back with more smash-type concepts. They're going to come back to the ball, either slants or their comeback routes, and great job on that comeback route.
Some movement up front. Flags fly everywhere.
Ball starts. Offense number 65. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
And Chris, this is a completely rebuilt Northwest offensive line. Really the only sole returning starter, other than maybe Trey Poe from here and there, was Chase Meacham, the right guard. He's kind of their all-world offensive lineman.
The junior started at right tackle last year as just a sophomore.
Yeah.
6'1", 285 pounds. Got 3 receivers bunched to the left. To the 5-yard penalty, puts them back. They give it to Sela, making a cut, and Ladd is there again. A couple of times you can see how hard Sela runs, but Ladd's been able to get him to the ground both times.
And I'm telling you, that's going to be the trick for tonight, is just get him to the ground. When you wrap up, bring him to the ground. And Sela, as you can see, he can turn on a dime, and he can cut, especially in the inside zone. You've seen this Northwest team run a lot more zone, outside zone, a little bit of inside zone. They want to take advantage of that cutback ability of Sela.
One receiver to the right. Dragons showing pressure. They bring it. Give it to Sela again. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And there on the stop this time, Crawford Taylor.
You talk about Crawford Taylor. We talk about him a lot this year. But, if you're watching film at home, you watch him just come down that line and hone in on the running back. He's so explosive. This is a young man who just got one of his first offers from Georgetown, and he's really kind of exploded on the scene. We saw flashes of it last year, and this year he's having a tremendous standout year on that defensive line.
Dragons put in an extra defensive back here on 3rd down and 10. Hartman to throw, completes a pass in the flat to Sela, makes a couple of defenders miss, and is brought down after gaining enough yardage for the first down. And that's what head coach Bill Poe said. He turns a lot of 4-yard gains into 10 and 15-yard gains.
It's exactly what he said, and he said he wants to involve them more in the passing game because it gives them their check down option and a little wrinkle to the offense. And you're talking about on the big 3rd down, getting there, checking it down, and allowing Sela to make the play in space, and that's what makes him so dangerous.
2 backs alongside Hartman this time. They keep it on the ground. Sela serving as a lead blocker this time. And a gain maybe a yard on the play for Jalen Mathis, the senior.
And this is where you love this Dragon defensive line. This is where they're excelling at all year, really at the point of attack. They're getting after the offensive lineman. They're creating a pile. They're not getting much, after they hit that initial line of scrimmage, which is allowing those linebackers to fill up. But terrific play by Crawford Taylor once again.
The Mathis exits the field. Sela now the lone back alongside. They'll swing it out to him in the left flat. Good pursuit by the Dragon defense, and they bring him down behind the line. Crawford Taylor chasing him down. Defensive end chasing down a running back for the Texans.
Well, Crawford Taylor. That's what has been on this drive, and we can't say more about this young man. He's having a banner year. But you talked about the Northwest offense. They want to get it into Sela's hands. They get it out there on a little dump pass. It's almost like a little mini sweep of some kind. But Crawford Taylor chases him down, makes a huge play.
Dragons leave 4 linemen into the game on this 3rd down. They rush 4, running a twist up front. Hartman looking to throw. He's going to be brought down and sacked. Crawford Taylor, the first one there, again alongside him to help clean it up, Jackson Oakley.
I feel like we're playing a video game right now, Chris. Who can block Crawford Taylor? Nobody can. He's been unstoppable on this first drive. He puts an exclamation point on this first series for this Dragon defense. Terrific job, great sack.
Sacks brought to you by Life's Medicine. Start your ultimate recovery with Life's Medicine, located on South Lake Boulevard. Brought Boyd back to receive this punt for the Dragons. He fields it at the 30-yard line, makes one defender miss, works his way across the 35, and can be brought down there.
If you're Coach Munn, you got to love that defensive series, just getting them behind the chains, making the work, getting them uncomfortable, providing the pressure, and shutting down that run game, and giving the opportunity once again for this Dragon offense to start at the field position they are seeing all year long. Is really about that midline, that 50-yard line. They've turned these into quick scores all year.
Northwest takes about 4.5 minutes off the clock on its first drive as Renda comes into the game out of the gun for 8 plays for the Texans on that drive. Is on the first play from scrimmage for Carroll. They complete it outside to Boyd, who has plenty of yardage for a Dragon Den first down.
You love it up front. They're selling the inside zone with Davis Penn. You know, you're pulling it back with Renda. You're getting one-to-one coverage on Brady Taylor, on Brock Boyd, and Angelo Renda's going to take that every time. Great pitch and catch, getting Boyd out in the open, and just letting the player be a player.
The 1st and 10 Dragons from the 44. They shift the running back over to Renda's left. Give it to Penn on first down. Big hole up the middle, and Davis Penn surges forward for another first down. Picks up about 11. Nobody touched him for about 10 yards.
Well, you love you're getting right behind Kerry Clayton. C.J. Johnson had a little pull on the backside there, leading the way for Davis Penn. And what a burst by Davis Penn. Coming in his own off that knee injury after a year ago. He's really looking comfortable in the offense.
This Northwest defense, by the way, a 3-3 stack. They also have more experienced group on defense. 5 returners, though Coach Post said one of them was unlikely to play tonight. Is on first down. They get it on a receiver sweep outside, tiptoeing the sidelines. Caden Mackey is finally forced out of bounds at the 11-yard line. 3 explosive plays for Carroll to start the game offensively.
Yeah, that's what we've seen more of Caden Mackey over the past few weeks, getting there on a little jet sweep there. A terrific job on getting the edge and following his blockers. A terrific job getting the first down.
Blake Gunter in the backfield alongside Renda and Penn on this first down play. Boyd all alone with just one defender on that side of the field. They leave it on the ground for Penn. Got blockers out in front of him and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Dragons with 4 plays, all going for more than 10 yards on that first drive. And Davis Penn punches it in for the Ken Bedwell Luxury Real Estate touchdown.
He got a great job really by Blake Gunter leading the blocker. He's just a lead blocker. He's being an offensive lineman. Then you've got Brock Boyd there on the perimeter. And this is just a walk-in for Davis Penn. Terrific job on following the blockers and seeing Pater.
Replays tonight brought to you by Recoat Revolution as Gavin Strange comes on for the point after try out of the hold of Luke Jacquemart. They fake it. Jacquemart picks up the snap, plunges into the middle of the line, and gets across the goal line for the 2-point conversion. Luke Jacquemart grabs it and finds the end zone for 2 more for Carroll.
This is something we don't see a lot, but again, a wrinkle up Coach Dodge's sleeve, unveiling it here. Again, this is something else teams have to prepare for and watch when they watch film. Great job and great execution by Luke Jacquemart.
Well, the 2-point conversion by Luke Jacquemart makes it an 8-0 Dragon lead with 6:39 to go in the first quarter on the Dragon Sports Network.
Looking for a place the whole family will love? Come check out Champions Club at the Mark South Lake. Conveniently located off South Lake Boulevard in Bicentennial Park, Champions Club is your local, safe, and fun destination for fitness, play, and connection. From state-of-the-art workout spaces and exciting group fitness classes to our aquatic center, indoor courts, and party rentals, there's something for everyone. Make Champions Club your home for health, recreation, and family fun. Join today and discover what it means to live like a champion. Go Dragons!
8-0 Carroll after the Dragons go for 2 and convert after a Davis Penn touchdown run. The kickoff attempt dropped by Curley. Now he picks it up, running across the 25-30 and pushed out of bounds along the Carroll sideline. The Dragons going for 2 there. And Robert, we hear Coach Dodge talk a lot about putting things on tape.
Right.
What does that mean?
So any coach, you want to make the life of the other coach harder.
Right.
So you want to put things on film that they've got to spend time to break down, get a game plan, and then use practice time to try to defend it. And so that's an old coach's trick that, hey, we're going to put things on film. Let's make your life a little harder. Coach Dodge does a great job of that.
They go for 2 there. First time we've seen Carroll with a 2-point conversion so far this year as a receiver goes in motion for the Texans. Hartman will take the snap, hand it to Sela, trying to bounce it outside. He's able to turn the corner near the 40-yard line, hurdles a defender, and is finally tackled out of bounds near the first down marker. Again, seeing just the athleticism of Carice Sela.
Yeah, you get a little buck sweep out to the left. You get 2 linemen out there pulling, creating the caravan. But again, Sela, you see his ability and his athleticism. Get him to open field. He's dangerous.
A Dragon Den first down for Northwest. Empty backfield here. They set up a screen for Sela. It's blown up by the Dragons. Falls incomplete, but getting there before the pass, or almost at the same time as the pass, was Austin Busman.
Yeah, he had a trail of Dragons there. You had Austin Busman leading the way. You had Marcus Browse, and then you had Crawford Taylor there waiting to clean up any trash that was left behind.
A little bit of a slow developing screen. They tried to get it out to Sela, who averages more than 30 touches per game. So
that's incredible, Chris, in terms of the workload, the payload on a running back in this era of football.
It's like a 1990s NFL running back.
Yeah, thanks for telling me I'm old.
I didn't say anything about you specifically. Sela gets the handoff, goes back to the line. Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Big Jackson Oakley, and then Jake Lucky. Chris, we're talking about this at the beginning of the game. You had the 6th graders out there chanting Lucky in the pregame, getting number 0 all hyped up. Fan favorite. It was a pretty cool sight.
So 3rd and long, actually 3rd and a little bit longer than 10. Line of scrimmage behind the original line as they flip it out to Sela in the flat, makes one defender miss, surges across the 50. Big collision at midfield between Sela, Gavin Strange. The flag comes out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 0. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So Lucky going to get hit with that penalty for hitting Hartman. And it gives the Texans a first down. We continue to see every time he touches the ball, though. You said this after watching some film, that Sela does not hold anything back when he's carrying the football.
Chris, he's one of the best running backs, if not the best running back I've seen all year so far in film. He's a guy who doesn't have a lot of offers, but come January and February, he's going to be piling on the offers. He's that special of a player.
Carroll brings pressure here. Ball's overthrown and nearly intercepted. In and out of the hands of Taven Coons, who's come up with a pick already this year. Just tipped off his fingertips.
It's a great job by the Dragons, just getting some pressure on Hartman. And again, just staying back here. Busman, they're in coverage. And then Coons, they're going to rewind that back and forth and film tomorrow and give him a hard time. But, great job being there.
Thing noticed there, not to pile on the Sela talk too much, but picked up a good blitz by William Chen there as well. That pass protection, a lot of movement up front before the ball was snapped that time.
False start on everybody but the center. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
It's one of my favorite calls in football when you hear the referee come on the mic. say everybody but the center.
That's right. That's right. Center doesn't ever do anything wrong.
Center controls.
Incredible. That is the best line. You got to love it.
Ryan Vance, our referee tonight. So puts him behind the sticks again. 2nd and 15. Bring receiver in motion. Sela up the middle. Hit and driven backward by this Dragon defensive line. What a hit by Carroll. First one in there, Robbie Ladd on the stop.
The hit Robbie Ladd just put on. If you're at home, Form Tackle Clinic, what a job on filling the hole and stopping Sela. It's not an easy task. What a hit by Robbie Ladd.
Robbie Ladd has brought down Sela 3 or 4 times already tonight. So it's 3rd and 15. That stopped him right at the line of scrimmage. Under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Dragons up 8-0 on Northwest. It's like a little confusion along the offensive line. And flags fly as the right tackle.
False start. Offense number 65. 5-yard penalty remains 3rd down.
The right tackle was up out of his stance trying to, I think, signal that he was needing a play call. It's Ty Zumwalt, the sophomore.
This Northwest offense, this is a story of teams that play against the Dragons is they can't play behind the chains, and typically penalties have been the root of putting them in tough positions, and no different for this Northwest offense tonight.
3rd and 20 here. 3 down linemen for the Dragons on defense. Swinging out into the flat, completed at the 40, across the 45. Hit, ball comes out at the end of the play. It's loose. Carroll says they have it.
Ruling on the field is a catch, then a fumble and a recovery by Southlake. It'll be 1st down.
And the officials agree with the Dragons. Carroll comes up with the forced fumble and the recovery on this 3rd down play.
And again, this is what they love doing, the little jailbreak screen out to the left. And is blocked fairly well, but what a hit by the Dragons, causing the fumble, the turnover, and this is what this Dragon defense is doing. They're creating turnovers, creating opportunities for this Dragon offense.
Looks like Landon Harris.
Landon Harris has been bringing the wood, Chris, the past 2 weeks. I tell you what, incredible job on just getting his hat on a defender, on an offender.
Swing this one out. Mackey across the 35. Flag comes in from the backside. Going to be close to 1st down yardage, but we'll see what this call is.
Holding offense number 5. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot and replay 1st down.
We talk about the blocking of the Dragon receivers all the time. Just getting a little bit more carried away on that play was Blake Gunter. Backs him up 10 yards.
Well, they're doing so good at blocking on the perimeter, Chris, that they're going to have to start joining the O-line dinners, I think, and get some invites in bringing part of that group, because I tell you what, they're blocking just as good as that offensive line.
But would they get put to shame on the amount of food they can put away?
I think Brock and Blake could put down some food.
Renda will throw here on 1st and long. It's thrown up for Knowles. He comes down with it across the 40-yard line, sheds his defender, and gets near midfield. Brody Knowles wins a jump ball, surges forward for 1st down yardage to the Carroll 49.
I thought Brody Knowles, the offensive player of the week last week for the Dragons, did just a great job by Brenda staying in the pocket, stay poised, finding Knowles, and you go into jump ball with Knowles. He's gonna get it every time. It's a tremendous playmaker, 4-star receiver.
28 yards for Knowles on the catch as Davis Penn gets the carry on 1st down, gets across midfield. And he'll leave the field. Carroll's gonna go 4 or 5 wide here as Luke Jacquemart comes on as one of the receivers. Northwest showing pressure.
And this is where Dodge, you see the coverage come down, trying to get out to cover these 5 wides. Don't be surprised to see something deep.
Carroll's going to call
timeout. Carroll, it's their first charge timeout of the 1st half.
We will take the timeout as well. Timeouts this season presented by Dragon Special Olympics. 2:41 to go in the first quarter. It's Carroll 8 and Northwest nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
For mission-critical business litigation in Texas, business owners and executives trust Sean McCaskill and the law firm of Godwin Bowman PC. My wife Laura and I are 20-year residents of Southlake and the proud parents of 4 dragons. I've been a dedicated volunteer in Southlake for the past 13 years, including serving 7 years on Southlake City Council. I'm the president and managing shareholder at Godwin Bowman, which was established in Dallas in 1980 to serve clients with business litigation issues all the way to the Texas Supreme Court. I've been with the firm for over 20 years, and I'm board certified in civil appellate law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. Please consider me, Sean McCaskill, and the law firm of Godwin Bowman for your business litigation needs. Please visit our website at www.godwinbowman.com for more information. I promise you that we'll provide big city experience together with small town service.
2nd and 6 out of the timeout for the Dragons. 5 receivers for Carroll. No safeties back deep for Northwest. Renda looking to throw. They bring pressure. Flushed out of the pockets. Going to tuck it and run along the Carroll sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a first down. So nothing there deep, but Renda still picks up a Dragon Den first down.
Well, you gotta love, you've had a little pressure on the edge there. Renda escapes it. He was running to the first down. He sees Knowles. He points Knowles to go vertical. It caught the corner just a little bit to turn his back, and Renda got filled to the first down before the corner could realize what Renda was doing. Good job by Angelo Renda.
Davis Penn back into the game at running back. He motions out to the right side. Renda looking to throw here on first down. Over the middle, caught by Boyd at the 20-yard line. Spins out of a tackle at the 15 and inside the 10 goes Brock Boyd for the Dragons. Another first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
You got to love it. You got to love the route running by the Dragon receivers. You're seeing crossing routes, seeing getting vertical. You're seeing Brock Boyd find the soft spot in the defense and just hunker down. A great job by Angelo delivering the ball, and then Brock just being Brock and playing upfield.
Gets 29 yards on that one. So 1st and goal, ball on the 8. Angelo going to keep it. Running away from a defender at the 10, across the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown. Angelo Renda faked it to Penn. The whole defense bid on it, and he finds the end zone.
Well, you get a little shake and bake by Angelo Renda here. Watch him get one-on-one with Ben White. The linebacker just puts a little jiggle and finds the corner of the end zone. And there's the speed of Angelo Renda. We talked about he might be the fastest guy on the field at any time.
Well, he's in for the Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate touchdown. Gavin Strange for the CLC Roofing point after try. It is good. And with 2:02 to go in the first quarter, it's the Dragons 15 and the Texans nothing on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hello, Dragon fans. It's no secret, Southlake Carroll students have a long history of success. Protect the Tradition speaks to the success Carroll students have achieved in the past, both on and off the field. Games aren't won on game day. It's hours and hours of practice, working together, and trust in the process that builds confidence that leads our students to achieve extraordinary results. Like the Dragons, our team at Mills Wealth has a long history of success. We're celebrating our 25th year anniversary of helping clients make wise decisions about money. If we can help you, check us out online at millswealthadvisors.com.
For your next family get-together, church event, or corporate outing, well, leave the cooking to Feed Store Barbecue in Southlake. Feed Store has everything you need to make everyone happy, with delicious barbecue, fixings, and desserts. And the best part, they'll set it all up for you, and they'll take it away when you're done. All you have to do is eat. Call us at 817-488-1445 or online at feedstorebbq.com. Go Dragons.
Kickoff off the foot of Gavin Strange, going to be fielded by Curley again at the 5-yard line, trying to find some running room and cannot get to the 20. Good coverage by the Dragons kick team.
Dick Curley and taken down.
And Northwest will try to get something going here on offense again. They've had some positive plays, but they keep getting behind the sticks after penalties.
Well, you're seeing that this Northwest offense, it's really focusing around Sela. And he's talking about the run game, but also getting him out in the flats. They're trying to find any way possible to get his hands on the ball. The problem with Northwest is they shot themselves in the foot, put themselves behind the chains that they can't recover from, Chris.
So 1st and 10. Curley again in the backfield. Will get it on 1st down, trying to get it outside left tackle. Big hole across the 30, 35, makes a defender miss. He's across midfield, makes another defender miss. He could take it all the way. It's a foot race to the end zone. Does he have the angle? He does. It is an 81-yard touchdown run for Carice Sela. And it gets Northwest on the board. It's 15-6.
Chris, we talked about Sela, what he can do with the ball. Again, this is just a outside zone right out on the left side. And tell you what, you get him in the open field, he makes a cut back, then he can make players miss. This is where his intangibles come into play. Why he's going to be a sought-after player come the offseason. He's going to be on everyone's board. He's just a dynamic runner that makes people miss, and he runs hard. Incredible job by Northwest.
The point after attempt is up and good. Touchdowns brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. Extra points by CLC Roofing. So Sela gets Northwest on the board. It's 15-7 Carroll on the Dragons Sports Network.
This is John McKellar from White's Chapel in Southlake. This is one of my favorite times of the year because football is back. The Dragons are all about tradition, and White's Chapel is no different. For over 150 years, White's Chapel has been at the heart of this community. We're a church that preaches a message of grace and love. We'd like to invite you to join us for worship this weekend. Go Dragons!
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% U.S.-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
Carice Sela gets Northwest on the board with an 81-yard touchdown run as Brody Roch kicks it away for Northwest. This one's going to be fielded by the Dragons. This is Luke Jacquemard running along the Northwest sideline across the 40 out of an arm tackle, midfield and out of bounds. Luke Jacquemard back there to receive a kick for the Dragons, brings it across the 50, and not how Northwest wants to start this defensive possession after getting a touchdown on offense.
Again, letting the Dragon offense start, at the 50 or better is a recipe for disaster for the opposing team. But a lot of credit to Luke Jacquemard. He's a guy, who had a quad injury last year. He was battled back. He's a guy with a lot of speed, and they love having him addition to the offense. He just brings another wrinkle to this already dynamic offense and team for the Dragons.
With 3 receivers left on 1st down as Carroll starts in Texan territory. They give it to Penn on 1st down, breaks 1 tackle, and falls forward for a gain of about 4, ran right through the arms of Brandon Rodriguez, got some yards after contact.
You talk about Davis Penn, another guy who's you mentioned quite a bit, just coming off injury, and a guy who's kind of settling into that RB1 position. As the start of the year, got reps, got some rest, and now he's kind of transitioning that full-time role now.
4 down linemen here for Northwest. 1 linebacker, Michael Matsingi, standing up right behind the line as Renda looks to throw. Boyd over the middle. The defenders slip to the turf, and Boyd is going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. Brock Boyd untouched for 6.
A great job by Renda, just allowing Boyd to develop on the route. And Nick Curley, he just got bit by the turf monster there and fell down and brought Boyd wide open, the easy walk into the end zone. But again, that duo and that connection, just tremendous job on knowing where your receiver is going to be and delivering the strike.
43 yards from Renda to Boyd for the touchdown, brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. So Strange on for the point after try, presented by CLC Roofing. and he splits the uprights. So just like that, after a Northwest touchdown, Carroll strikes back in just over a minute. 48 seconds left in the first quarter. It's Carroll 22, Northwest 7 on the Dragon Sports Network.
Are you considering buying or selling your home in Southlake? I'm Kim Bedwell with Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty, and I would love to assist you. Recognized as one of the top professionals in Southlake by both industry peers and clients, I am a proud mother of 2 dragons and have been a resident of this amazing community for over 20 years. I know Southlake inside and out, and I am committed to ensuring your real estate journey is seamless and successful. You can find me at kimbedwell.com. Kim Bedwell Real Estate, delivering the highest level of experience and results in Southlake and beyond. Go Dragons!
Hey everyone, this is Michael Baum, General Manager at Hearst and Louisville Autoplex. We are longtime supporters of all things Dragons. This season, if you want to show up to the game in style, come see me or Brees Higgins, where we have the largest selection of late model, high-end, pre-owned trucks and SUVs. As a family-owned and operated dealership, we'll treat you like part of our family. Come see us on either side of the Metroplex and get a new ride today. Shop us online 24/7 at HearstAutoplex.com. Go Dragons!
A touchback off the foot of Gavin Strange, and Northwest will start at the 25-yard line. So it's been fast and furious back and forth the last 3 possessions for Carroll and Northwest. And if you're the Texans, track meet is not where you want to be with Carroll.
You know, especially with your how your offense is designed. It rests behind Sela. You're not a big play strike team. You're ground and pound and you get from the clock. It feels like we've been in this first quarter for an eternity, so to speak. But I tell you what, you're seeing a special running back here in Sela.
So Sela in there alongside Hartman gets it on first down. He's going to be stopped behind the line. And Sela has already touched the ball more than 10 times in less than 1 quarter of play. A little bit slow to get up here, and he will head to the sideline.
I tell you what, if you're Coach Poe, you haven't had a whole lot of success in between the tackles. You know, you've had this success with Sela on the perimeter, getting him out there on the sweeps, the buck sweeps, even the outside zone. You've got to stay on that perimeter if I'm this Northwest Texas team.
A couple of running backs in there in place of Sela in Stephen Momo and Jalen Mathis. They're going to give it to Momo here, making some defenders miss, planting his hand on the ground, keeping himself upright for a little bit longer to gain 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, Chris, you're talking about the 10 carries already in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. Timeout.
It's an awful lot. It's a lot of wear and tear on the body, and so if they're going to keep up that pace, this Northwest Texas, they're going to have to do running back by committee.
Well, 1 quarter in the books here at Dragon Stadium. Carroll on top of Northwest 22-7. Back with the second quarter after this on the Dragon Sports Network.
Recoat Revolution, your one-day floor solution. I'm Joe Worrell, Southlake resident, Air Force veteran, and proud father of 2 dragons. Our one-day sandless, dustless process refreshes flooring without the mess, smell, and expense of traditional refinishing. If your floors have damage, wear from furniture, or even little dragon talons, we can tackle those issues to have you back in a clean home that night. Sandless, dustless, odorless, done by dinner. Recoat Revolution. Go Dragons!
Start of the second quarter at Dragon Stadium. Chris Blake and Robert Clayton with you on this Friday night. We've cooled down a little bit. Slight breeze, but really a nice night here in North Texas as Northwest faces a 3rd down. Carice Sela left the game a couple of plays ago. He's back in there alongside the quarterback Hartman now. Hartman looking to throw. He's going to go over the middle. It is incomplete. And a flag comes in late from the far sideline. The intended receiver was Jackson Lessakar. See what they say.
Pass interference, defense number 25. Ball be placed in the spot of the foul, automatic. First down.
Pretty close. Arrival of the defender in the ball. But they're going to hit Strange with the penalty.
That's one thing I like about this Dragon back in is that they're a physical group. You know, they're going to attack you, they're going to get you, and unfortunately on that one, it didn't go their way, but you still love the tenacity.
1st and 10, Sela is going to be hit at the line, driven backward, maybe loses ground on the play. Jake Lucky getting up from the bottom of that pile. You mentioned, check that was Jalen Mathis on the carry. We talked about Lucky earlier, though. Had all the 6th graders chanting his name during warm-ups. If you had to venture a guess, what did he do to get all of those 11-year-olds on his side pregame?
I think you show that belly and you start dancing, and he gets anybody hyped up. He is just a incredible player and asset to that defensive line, I'll tell you what.
Hartman over the middle completes it to Jackson Arellano, and Arellano immediately gets up and hobbles off the field, grabbing at that right hamstring. Looks like a cramp. They're just trying to get that thing elevated. Either way, it's a 1st down. They give it to Sela, makes one defender miss, slows them down long enough for a gang of green jerseys to get there. And now for Carroll, Lines is hobbling off. So both sidelines have players needing a little bit of attention here on this last couple drive.
Yeah, pushing in Landon Harris now, who's been tremendous over the last few weeks, but we talk about this Dragon defense just corralling the ball. They're going to have to do that. That was the main objective tonight, is find the ball, see ball, get ball mentality, and they're doing a great job just trying to corral it when Sela gets in his hands.
They'll give it to the junior again. He's cut down right at the line of scrimmage again. Robbie Ladd again, the first one there. Robbie Ladd having a heck of a game.
Robbie Ladd is coming in like a missile, and he's getting them low and bringing them to the ground, doing a terrific job. And, man, Robbie Ladd, he's had some plays tonight on that backer position.
3rd and 9 for the Texans. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. So they change the play at the line. Play clock down to 6. And the whistles blow. It looks like Northwest wants a timeout.
Timeout, Northwest. It's their first charge timeout of the first half.
So Northwest will take its first timeout. Timeouts presented by Dragon Special Olympics. We take it as well. 9:38 to go in the second quarter. It's Carroll 22, Northwest 7 on the Dragon Sports Network.
Dragon fans, the wait is over. The Dragon Den is your one-stop shop for spirit wear, gear, and everything green, black, and white. Show your pride and represent Southlake Carroll everywhere you go. Protect the tradition and shop at the Den. We are open every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and all freshman, JV, and varsity home games. The Dragon Den is the perfect spot to gear up for game day. Go Dragons!
Third down for the Texans. Here early in the second quarter, Northwest trailing 22-7. Calling a timeout before this third down play. Just 3 down linemen for Carroll. Send 1 receiver in motion. Dragons show pressure. They bring it. Hartman under pressure, gets rid of it, dumps it off to Sela, who bobbles it, makes the catch, and is hit immediately by Marcus Browse. Loss on the play. It'll be 4th down.
Talking about missiles coming in. William Chin, unbelievable what he does best. Coming off that edge, bringing the pressure. A great heads-up play by Sela and getting the ball, but too bad, catch for a loss. But I tell you what, the Dragon defense came up big this drive in response to that drive prior to the Texans.
So Dragons brought pressure from all over. Hartman able to get rid of it, but Browse read it and was right on top of Sela as he brought the ball in. Punt away for Northwest. Boyd and Jacquemart back to field it. Boyd makes the catch with a head of steam, has Jacquemart out in front of him as a lead blocker across midfield. Brock Boyd's got a chance to bring this one back. He's tripped up at the 35-yard line and goes down across the 30. But it's not just Parker Harris who's getting in the act on the return game.
Incredible. We talk about the speed and the execution on special teams. It's the little things that make this Dragon team so great. It's about putting your teammates in a better position to try to get into the end zone. You rely on that third phase, which is that special teams, night in and night out, and they do it at a high level. Again, great opportunity for this offense to get in the end zone.
We talk about this field position. Carroll's starting inside the Northwest 30 here with 9 minutes to go in the second. Boyd, the lone receiver on the right side. Northwest shifting some things up front defensively. They rush 5. Renda floats one up on the left side. It is hauled in by the Dragons. Blake Gunter able to get it inside the 5. I don't know how that one got through.
When you got the throw gods on your side, Chris, you throw it up and there's 2 guys there, and it magically misses the 2 defenders right in the hands of Blake Gunter. He comes down, big catch. He had his eyes on the end zone, almost got there.
So 1st and goal for the Dragons from the 4-yard line. Boyd, lone receiver, right side of the set. Renda going to keep it again, floats it into the end zone. It's dropped. Was looking for the tight end, John Mark Fraga, and he could not haul it in.
That had a little bit of a Tebow-ish, like who you're going to come down as a linebacker and come back down on the Renda. If he does, you dump it off to John Mark. And I tell you, they almost had a John Mark, so I want that back tomorrow.
Had a couple of tight ends running routes in the end zone there with Bobrowski alongside. Biggers into the game at running back for the Dragons here. Shifts to the right of Renda. And Brooks is going to get it on 2nd and goal. Going to be stopped behind the line. The first one there for Northwest, Prince Goom, the senior nose tackle, a returning starter from a year ago.
And this is the defensive line that's had a few guys come on lately. Ghazi, what Poe mentioned, and even Uriah Crawford and Prince, 97, the nose guard, returning all-district player. They've had some guys step up and be players. It's been tough as a unit altogether.
3rd and goal now from the 6. Renda looking to throw, looking for Boyd, incomplete. Flag flies. Defender may have gotten there early. We'll see. Curley was in coverage. Wait to hear from Ryan Vance.
Pass interference, defense number 6. Foul occurred in the end zone, so it'll be placed in the 2-yard line and an automatic first down.
The Dragons get a new set of downs from inside the 5.
Yeah, tough spot for Nick Curley. You know, he's smothered and covered all over Brock Boyd there, and it's tough. You're tough on that instant slant. Brock Boyd's going to get a step ahead of you anytime.
Renda gives it to Biggers. This time he plunges into the end zone for the touchdown. Brooks Biggers has proved effective in short yardage this year and finds the end zone.
You got to love the little split flow zone. You see John Mark Fraga come across the line, and you see immediately Brooks Biggers' eyes react and see that the backside's open, and for an easy touchdown, makes a slight adjustment and gets into the end zone.
Touchdown brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. Gavin Strange on to try the point after. Zach Hayes in there to hold it. And this one is up and good. Good sign to see Zach Hayes back in there as the holder as well for the Dragons. But Strange adds the extra point. It's now 29-7 Carroll with 7:47 to go in the second on the Dragons Sports Network.
Hey, Dragons, athletes, fans, and champions of all kinds. I'm Dr. Isabel Lopez at Life's Medicine, and my team and I are here to help you feel, recover, and perform at your absolute best. From guided weight loss to hormone balance, we create a personalized game plan for peak health. Boost your recovery with cryotherapy, recharge with red light therapy, and fuel your body with our powerful Slim Shots. Don't just cheer from the sidelines. Step into your own strongest and healthiest self. Visit us and let's build your winning season, both on and off the field, at Life's Medicine, where health meets performance. Go Dragons!
Just under 8 minutes to go before halftime at Dragon Stadium. Carroll on top of Northwest, 29-7. Gavin Strange on to kick it away. Curley and Taylor back to receive for Northwest once again. Strange will put this one into the end zone for a touchback. Northwest will take over at the 25. Talked some about 6th grade official visit night tonight, but it is also the annual Pink Out game here at Dragon Stadium, raising awareness and support for breast cancer research and in support of those battling breast cancer.
It's pretty neat, before the game, if you haven't made a breast cancer awareness game, a Pink Out game, you get your breast cancer survivors on the field. It's a pretty unique night. I know my wife was joining her mother as well as a survivor and walking the field. It's neat to be part of it and see the support amongst the community, Chris.
Something that just about everybody's been touched by in some form or fashion. Good to see all the support out here, all the pink out here this evening. And on the other sideline as well, a lot of pink on that Northwest side. Some pink swag as well, worn by some of the Carroll players, the receivers with some gloves. Hartman throws an interception, was looking to get it into the flat. Marcus Browse jumped the route, and he returns it for a touchdown. First play of the drive for the Texans. Browse jumps it and finds the end zone.
And watch the eyes of Marcus Browse. He sees it. He knows it. It was like the play was designed to Marcus Browse, just a different color jersey, and he just takes it to the house. What a dream for a linebacker on getting a pick 6 for this Dragon defense. Unbelievable.
Marcus Browse, Robbie Ladd have been all over the place for Carroll tonight. Browse's first interception of the season. And Strange on for the CLC Roofing extra point. Touchdowns brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. Strange puts it through, and Carroll goes up 36-7 with 7:42 to go in the second quarter on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hey, you Dragon fans, it's Julie Walter with the Baker Firm, Fidelity National Title in Southlake. I have some great news for all you homeowners. With school and football in full swing, this season will still be a great time to buy, sell, or refinance your home. At the start of football season, we will still see families moving into the Southlake area. Call your friends at the Baker Firm to get more information, and I promise you we will provide a smooth closing from beginning to end for your Dragon family. With our real estate attorney, Chris Baker, on hand 24/7, you will be sure to score a touchdown closing in our office. Protect the tradition with the Baker Firm.
Feed Store Barbecue on Whites Chapel Boulevard in Southlake's been serving up great food to Dragon fans for over 20 years. Chopped brisket, pulled pork, and their signature ribs are just some of the reasons that people in Dragon Nation love Feed Store Barbecue. Call-in orders are welcome. They'd be happy to bring it out to your car if you want them to, or your truck. Order online at feedstorebbq.com and go Dragons.
Strange will kick off. Curley will make the fair catch. Northwest will give it another shot from its own 25-yard line. 36-7 Dragons. 3 touchdowns already in this quarter. And Robert, you were noting the amount of time left on the clock in the second quarter.
Our math skills, and I'm not sure if you're at home, you can count me on this, but I mean, what are we, barely 5 minutes into this second quarter and 21 points are scored by this Dragon team. We talk about being able to score on multiple angles and finish, all phases of the game, and this is what makes this Carroll team so explosive, Chris.
Monty Clegg noting that Dragons have scored 3 touchdowns this quarter. They've run 6 plays plus a pick 6. They've had the ball for 1 minute and 52 seconds.
Wow.
Whistles blow here before the ball is snapped.
Northwest. So second charge timeout of the first half.
We'll take the timeout with Northwest. 7:42 to go in the second. It's Carroll 36, Northwest 7 on the Dragon Sports Network.
Trust your medical care at Southlake Dermatology. We have over 65 years of experience between Dr. Bowers, Dr. Tynard, and our 4 physician assistants. We treat a wide range of medical, surgical, and cosmetic concerns ranging from skin cancer, hair loss, rashes, increased sweating, and anti-aging. There are multiple new options for hair loss, such as Nutrafol supplements and PRP injections. View our services online at southlakedermatology.com.
This is Pastors John and Todd from White's Chapel in Southlake. White's Chapel is a church which...
Out of the timeout, the quarterback Hartman keeping it is going to be hit behind the line, brought down for a loss on the play.
These Dragon linebackers tonight have been playing exceptional, with no doubt of Marcus Browse, but Robbie Ladd as well. Just finding the ball, sniffing it out, and bringing them to the ground. This linebacking crew with Will Lyons as well is so impressive. They do an incredible job each and every week.
Lyons back out there now. Good to see after we saw him come off the field a couple of series ago as they give it to Sela running up the middle. No running room there. And he gets just back to the line of scrimmage. And yes, Sela can do so much with his legs, but how much more difficult does it get as the offensive line for the Texans begins to get worn down as well?
Oh, it's tough. Just for Sela alone, there's only so much tread in the game he has. Until you got to take him out and get the spares in there, spare tires, so to speak. You've got, if you're Poe, you've got to keep him to the outside. The inside run game hasn't been working all night. You get him back out there on those quick toss sweeps in those outside zones.
Dragons show a lot of pressure here on 3rd and long. They drop. In rush 4, they dump it off to Sela with some running room, trying to make a defender miss near the 25-yard line. Falls forward, well shy of the yard to gain, brought down by Taven Coon.
Yeah, the whole offense is just revolving around number 3. Part of Hartman, you've got to be able to get back and have faith. And Coach Poe's got to have faith. Get out there and you got to get the receivers involved. You got to move the ball vertically and push this Dragon defense.
Jacquemart and Boyd back there to field this kick again. Haven't seen Harris out there on the field tonight for Carroll. And this punt is away, a low line drive kick by the Texans. Boyd fields it with his momentum moving the wrong direction. Now cuts back across the 35 and is going to be hit shy of the 40. A helmet pops off of one of the Texans players. A short return for Brock Boyd.
Well, you're seeing Brock Boyd back there in the return game a little bit tonight. Typically, it's Parker Harris back there doing a terrific job on the fill-in. And talk about Luke Jacquemart as well. I mean, the speed that he brings at any given time. We talk about the depth of this team, and if you're at home watching, this is a special group. And there's a lot of hype around this Carroll Dragon team, but it is for real. They have a lot of talent, they have a lot of depth, and that's why they've been so explosive week in and week out.
Luke Jacquemart even getting into the end zone for that 2-point conversion earlier tonight on Carroll's first touchdown of the game. Rendo will throw on 1st down. Going to take a shot down the middle of the field looking for Gunter. Has a man inside the 20-yard line, and he's brought down. Blake Gunter goes all the way down to the 14 on the first play of the series for Carroll.
It's been a tough night for Brady Taylor there on the corner position, and you got Blake Gunter there just running a deep slant there and getting open. And again, Blake Gunter's such a big body himself, 6'1", 6'2", and he's such an incredible player after the catch.
You give it to Penn here on 1st down. Penn dragging defenders inside the 5 for a Dragon Den 1st down.
Yeah, Chris, it just feels like there's weapons just everywhere on this team. And no matter what, it's kind of like a leaking faucet. You can't plug one area, another leak's going to come open.
Movement all over the place that time on both sides. We'll see who gets hit with the penalty.
False start, offense number 72. 5-yard penalty remains for 2nd down.
The left tackle, Tristan Dare, called for the infraction that time for Carroll.
That brings up a 2nd and 7.
The 2nd and 7, ball back at the 13.
Again, we say this a lot. This is the part of the field that Riley Dodge likes to throw the spots versus the man, something they practice during the week. So look for maybe going to a jump ball 1-to-1 to Brody Knowles there on the left.
Renda dropping back, throws right side. Jacquemart over the middle, reaches out, and they're going to rule him just shy. Inside the 1.
Find this offensive line. I'm hurrying to the field and saying, get behind me, let's go, let's punch in the end zone. But great execution by Angelo Renda, hitting the slant route by Luke Jacquemart. We talked about the speed that he creates, separation from him and the defender, just inches from the end zone. Terrific job.
Jacquemart looking for that first touchdown of the season. They bring a tight end in the game, left side of the line. Penn alongside Renda. Now shifts over to the right. Davis going to get it up the middle. Ball came out at the end. Renda scoops it out, or scoops it up rather. And they're going to say Penn got in, crossed the goal line before the ball came out. It'll be a touchdown for the Dragons.
Field is that there was a touchdown by the ball crossing the plane prior to it coming loose.
Yeah, just getting to Davis Penn right there in the middle of the field, getting behind Tristan Dare and Will Barley. And looks like he crosses the plane before it comes out, or I'm going to say that. I'm always going to Dragon homer it.
Now, hard to tell from this angle, but either way, Renda was ready to pounce on it and fall across that goal line.
It was a design play. Great call by Riley.
The touchdown brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. Extra point by CLC Roofing. And with 3:49 to go in the second, it's Carroll 43, Northwest 7 on the Dragon Sports Network.
This is Pastors John and Todd from White's Chapel in Southlake. White's Chapel is a church where it's all about Jesus. We're a place where real people make genuine connections, where it's okay not to be okay.
We're a church where grace is a lifestyle and where everyone has a place, from the lifelong believer to the unchurched or de-churched. We're here for you, and we'd like to invite you to join us for worship this weekend. Go Dragons!
Hello, Dragon fans. I'm Steven Nelson, partner at Mills Wealth. Our team is celebrating our 25th year anniversary of helping Dragons succeed financially. As an independent firm, we aren't owned by a bank or an insurance company. Instead, we're fiduciaries doing only what we believe is best for our clients. If your finances need a second opinion or would like to tap into our expertise, come meet with our certified financial planners or CPAs and learn how we can help you win just like the Dragons. Look us up online or give us a call at millswealthadvisors.com.
Gavin Strange kicks it away, going to be fielded by Curley at the 5-yard line, running left to right. Gets hit inside the 10, driven backward. They're going to give him forward progress, looks like to about that 10-yard line. But this Dragons special team, this coverage team, still bringing the heat even up, 36 points.
Speaking of coverage, Chris, we have a lot of Dragon listeners that listen across the country. We've had a few out in Ireland, and no other than a young lady tonight in South Carolina, Kathy Allison. Happy birthday. Hasn't missed a broadcast for over 27 years. I'm sure she's wearing her Lucky Dragon socks tonight. So, Kathy, if you're listening, keep the socks on. They're working.
They've been working all year.
They have, for a long time.
Several years.
Don't wash them.
Decades. As on first down. They keep it on the ground. Maybe a loss of another yard here for the Texans. As they untangle the pile of bodies with Carice Sela on the bottom. Having a tough night running the ball.
It's tough. You've seen flashes of it, right? You've seen flashes of what Sela can do, but it's tough. You've got to keep him on the outside. You've got to attack that outside void. He's got the speed to hit that corner, and Coach Poe knows that.
Looking to throw on second down. Hit as he threw. It is nearly intercepted. Got hit as the ball was as his arm was coming forward. Didn't get as much on it as he would have liked, and it was nearly picked off by Austin Bussman.
Well, it starts up front here. Watch this Dragon defensive line. They're playing twists and games and putting pressure on Hartman. Creating tough throws when you're off your back foot. And Austin Bussman wants that back, but great job on just being there to make the deflection.
Dragons have one interception tonight. Could have 3.
Absolutely.
Hartman's put the ball into some dangerous spots, that time trying to throw off his back foot as pressure was coming. 3rd down, Sela trying to get outside on the left, gets up to about the 15-yard line. They'll give him the 16, about 6 yards on the carry.
By number 30, Austin Trent.
Austin Trin on the stop.
It's 3rd down. Rather, 4th down.
Northwest will punt it away here. Boyd back to receive this punt. Trey Poe, the punter for Northwest. This one's nearly blocked. He does get it away. Takes a Texan bounce. Boyd's going to pick it up at the 30 and step out of bounds. Flag comes in along that Carroll sideline. It's going to be a sideline infraction. There aren't really any other players in the area.
That punt received by Brock Boyd, taken out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Flag on the play.
Sideline warning against Southlake. It's their first charge sideline warning of the game.
Well, I'm now 1 for 300 on predicting flags.
Chris, you are absolutely the best at penalty calling, and I just don't do it anymore. That's how I win this penalty game. But I had my first one last week, Chris.
You did. On 1st down, Renda rolling out to the left, flicks it down the left sideline. Knowles makes the catch, driven down of bounds along that Texan sideline. Another.
Again, if you're Northwest, your head is spinning as I'm looking at this. You just can't plug the leaks here. You have Brock Boyd, you have Blake Gunter, you have Brody Knowles, you have Caden Mackey. You go down and down the list, and then you got to worry about Renda just escaping the pocket and running. But terrific job by Renda connecting to Knowles there on the sidelines.
2nd and short. Receiver goes in motion to the right. Renda looking to throw under pressure. Rolls out to the left, directing traffic. Throws downfield. It is intercepted. Picked off by Northwest at the 30-yard line. And that will also bring us to the 2-minute timeout here in the first half. Jackson Macheka, the senior safety, on the interception.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout.
So we will take this break as well. Under 2 minutes to go before halftime. It's Carroll 43, Northwest 7 on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hey, Dragon fans, this is Robert Clayton with the Clayton team at Clayton Real Estate. Karen Young and I have been proudly serving Southlake for over 30 years in residential resale, family owned and operated, and former Dragons. Being a Dragon graduate, we truly understand what it means to be a Dragon. Tradition, excellence, and a winning team. That's what we provide our clients, the best service and experience in the industry with a winning tradition. Dragons representing Dragons. Call us today at 817-894-4152 or visit us on the web at www.dragonrealtors.com. Go Dragons.
The senior safety for Northwest, Jackson Macheka, coming up with the interception. Just
looking for a roofer who truly knows Southlake.
And it is 1st down for Northwest. They keep it on the ground for Sela, trying to cut it back. Doesn't have blockers on that side. It is just going to be bottled up at about the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Coming up at halftime on our Feed Store Barbecue halftime show. We have our title sponsor.
It is a show too. You've got to stay for it. It's our favorite interview of the year. Go ahead.
It's got our title sponsors from White's Chapel Methodist Church, Pastors John McKellar and Todd Renner, joining us in the booth here at halftime. On 2nd down, Sela trying to find running room. Dragons trying to strip it. They say the ball came out. The officials, I think, are ruling this dead.
Ruling on the field.
I think Riley's arguing that it was a too quick of a
Early
call.
on the field as the runner's forward progress was stopped prior to it coming too loose. Southlake called its second timeout of the first half.
The ball's out before a knee is down, but again, they ruled that forward progress had been stopped as Chen ripped it away.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 10 seconds, please. 1:10 on the clock.
Dragons use their second timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Dragons Special Olympics.
Thank you.
Dragons thought they had a turnover there, but it wasn't to be. Turnovers tonight, though, are brought to you by Paragon Designs. Turn over your next remodel or new home design to Paragon Designs. It'll be third down for the Dragons. They reset the game clock to 1 minute and 10 seconds. Northwest has not converted a third down in its last 7 tries. 3rd and 8 here. Hartman rolling out to his right. Under pressure down the sideline, incomplete. Crawford Taylor was in his face, and he had to get rid of it or risk losing even more yardage. It'll be 4th down.
This Dragon defense line has just been relentless all game long, and it's put in a hard time for Hartman to get really anything developed on the offensive side. But Chris, you mentioned White Chapel. What else do we have on board for the halftime show today?
I think we've got Robert's replay room.
Oh, the worst 15 to 20 minutes you can watch and join us.
I don't know when it's taken 15 or 20 minutes.
Because I don't know how to work it. That's why.
4th down. The punt is away. Will bounce. Boyd will stay away from it, and Texans pick it up inside 20.
No, but please join. It is a funny, comical time watching me use the Telestrator. Each week, I am trying to get better and better at it. It's not very good, Chris. Try my best. I might have to turn over the reins to you.
Such a high opinion of your ability. Well, one thing that Monty's pointed out here tonight is that prior to that catch by Knowles on the last drive for Carroll, Renda had not completed a pass of under 10 yards, which is very different from what we see a lot from this Carroll offense with a lot of wide receiver screens and things like that.
I mean, typically we're seeing the pop passes out to the perimeter and the receivers doing the job as extensions of the offensive line and blocking. We're not seeing a lot of it tonight, so it's a little bit different.
Goes over the middle here. What a catch by Knowles. Hauls it in with one hand. Drags a couple of defenders to the 45-yard line.
You know, the best impression of Knowles there is being a Venus flytrap. It just extended his arms out, one arm grab, and you're in the hurry-up mode, which Riley likes to do here at the end of the second quarters. 26
yards for Knowles. On the next play, Mackey makes the catch over the middle for another Dragon Den first down.
And again, at home, you might be saying it's 43-7. It's 30 seconds left in the game. Why is Coach Dodge doing this? This is repetition. This is the hurry up. Let's get in a 2-minute drill. Let's get some plays underneath our belt in running this.
Renda steps up in the pocket and gets out of bounds to stop the clock. He had pressure, had some running room, and wisely gets out of bounds to save the one timeout the Dragons have with 15 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, we talk about the field journal doing this. This is all about experience. You're going to have games in the playoffs that come down to the wire that you're going to have to be able to move the ball in a short amount of time. So you've got to get practice on this, and this is why Riley, does this in these situations. It helps gain experience for this offense.
The clock is stopped with 15 seconds to go. 1st and 10. Renda has time. Goes down the right side, and this one is intercepted by Northwest.
It looks like there was some miscommunication just on the route there. As you saw, Boyd kind of asking, "Hey, what happened there?" And heads-up play by Northwest on just getting the ball.
Brady Taylor comes up with the interception. Again, turnover is brought to you by Paragon Designs. Turn over your next remodel or home redesign to Paragon Designs. So Renda, uncharacteristically, a couple of interceptions tonight. Carroll's still up 43-7 as we approach halftime. I think Northwest probably keeps it on the ground here and runs out the clock. Again, we've got our title sponsors from White's Chapel joining us here in just a moment on the Feed Store Barbecue halftime show. And they do keep it on the ground here to Sela on first down. Actually, they give it to the second back, Jalen Mathis, to run out the clock here in the first half. And that will be the end of the first half. Robert, another dominant performance by Carroll, defense in particular, against one of the best running backs in DFW.
Yeah, it's a challenge. You know, you look at each week, what can you take away from it? What do you got to prepare for? And this week, you prepare for the best running back in DFW. He's a special guy. He's a talented guy. You love how they reacted. It really, for the most part, shut him down, except for the 180-yard run he had. But you know, terrific job by this Dragon defense so far.
Well, our score at halftime is Carroll 43 and Northwest 7. We've got the Feed Store Barbecue halftime show coming up on the other side on the Dragon Sports Network.
Looking for a roofer who truly knows Southlake? My name is Chad Cross, owner of CLC Roofing, a longtime Southlake resident who's proud to serve this community. For decades, we have protected Dragon Country with roofs built to handle the scorching sun, sudden hail, and high winds, all while keeping your homes looking beautiful. CLC Roofing proudly supports the Carroll ISD, the Carroll Booster Club, and local events. Supporting Southlake is part of who we are. We know every HOA standard, city code, and neighborhood nuance because we live here too. When the storm hits, we're not hours away. We're already in your community, ready to help the moment you need us. Our crews are safety certified and led by project managers who always focus on details. From minor repairs to full replacements, we bring expert craftsmanship and clear communication to every project. We only install top-tier roofing materials, and as an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, we can offer extended warranties most roofers cannot, because trust and quality go hand in hand. Protect the tradition, Southlake.
Looking for a place the whole family will love? Come check out Champions Club at the Mark Southlake. Conveniently located off Southlake Boulevard in Bicentennial Park, Champions Club is your local, safe, and fun destination for fitness, play, and connection. From state-of-the-art workout spaces and exciting group fitness classes to our aquatic center, indoor courts, and party rentals, there's something for everyone. Make Champions Club your home for health, recreation, and family fun. Join today and discover what it means to live like a champion. Go Dragons!
For mission-critical business litigation in Texas, business owners and executives trust Sean McCaskill and the law firm of Godwin Bowman PC. My wife Laura and I are 20-year residents of Southlake and the proud parents of 4 Dragons. I've been a dedicated volunteer in Southlake for the past 13 years, including serving 7 years on Southlake City Council. I'm the president and managing shareholder at Godwin Bowman, which was established in Dallas in 1980 to serve clients with business litigation issues all the way to the Texas Supreme Court. I've been with the firm for over 20 years, and I'm board certified in civil appellate law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. Please consider me, Sean McCaskill, and the law firm of Godwin Bowman for your business litigation needs. Please visit our website at www.godwinbowman.com for more information. I promise you that we'll provide big city experience together with small town service.
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% U.S.-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium. Got the Feed Store Barbecue halftime show for you. Carroll up on top of Northwest 43-7. Chris and Robert joined by our title sponsors tonight over at White's Chapel Methodist Church. Pastors John McKellar and Todd Renner, guys.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for coming up.
Oh, thanks for having us.
We love it.
Thanks
We
for
love it.
partner with you.
No, as always, appreciate you guys. As always, we appreciate you guys being such a big part of our broadcast. This year, it's been a lot of positive for the team in green and white this year. What have your impressions been of watching these guys play this season?
You know, I'm just continually amazed at the excellence, the preparation, every bit of this. It inspires me. I want to do a better job when I watch them, and I know how hard they work. It's just amazing. So it makes me want to be a better person.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain sense. I was actually just talking to the folks who were sitting down by there, and it's like you can tell how good they're doing by how pastoral John gets in the first half. So if he's saying, "Oh, bless their hearts," if we start having a prayer meeting for the opposing team,
we actually got to go to the second quarter before I said, "Bless their hearts."
Yeah. So it's been an amazing season. A whole lot of bless their hearts.
And I can tell you right out of the gate, I mean, because I've been watching this team for 34 years and love high school football. This is a championship team.
We're jumping right into it.
We
were wondering. Here's a prediction.
Here is the prediction.
Has spoke, we have.
And it's not only a championship team; it's not really going to be that close.
Right.
We will beat whoever is there at least by 14 points.
Love it.
So whatever the spread is, take it by 14 points.
Normally we wait till the end of the interview to get to.
I know.
We're jumping right through it right now. I love it.
So on a more serious note, you have seen several championship teams here at Carroll. What are some of the characteristics that you see in this year's group compared to some of those teams in the past?
What's amazing to me is just the speed across the board.
Right.
These receivers, the running back. I mean, this quarterback is just amazing and outstanding. So just right up there with all of the great ones that we've had.
Right.
That and there's just something intuitive about it. You know, I don't know if it's because they've played together since they were kids.
Right.
You know, they're so well coached. It's all just second nature to them, and you can see it when they're on the sidelines jumping around, like they're out there having fun in a way that I haven't seen that maybe in the past couple of years. Like these boys are ready and they came to play.
It feels like there's a lot less thinking and just reacting.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
And I mean, I don't know if we're allowed to say this word, but
probably not.
The killer instinct.
Sure.
You know, that long touchdown run.
That
doesn't rattle them.
Right.
They just get right to it, and they're just not rattled at all. They're just amazing.
That's never a question you want to hear on a broadcast.
Especially as he just goes barreling down through it.
And Todd will step on my foot because I'm fully capable of slipping with something.
It's worse to hear that in a sermon. So,
well, speaking of execution in Sunday sermons, y'all are the best at it. Incredible job you put on Sundays and the way you touch people's lives. Talk a little bit maybe of what Whitechapel has in store. What's ahead, the holiday season, everything that's going on right now.
I just get so excited about the holiday season because our Christmas musical program, it rivals anything in the Metroplex that we put on, and our Christmas festival with the children. I mean, it's really world class leading up to Christmas Eve. So we just have a lot of great activities coming up.
Yeah, starting. I mean, even right now they're starting to decorate the campus, but starting in middle of November, actually before the middle of November, we'll start having different programs and outreach ministries, and so it's just it's an amazing time. Whenever we start talking about being a light in the midst of darkness, the mobile market, just some of the amazing ministries that we get to be a part of. It's just humbling to get to be a part of a church 100%. Like that. Yeah.
And what's also exciting to me, and it's something we have ongoing, but we teach a high school on Wednesday nights to seniors in high school.
High school Bible study.
These students are amazing. Their spiritual depth, their insight. I get inspired because I think, I'm getting to be an old guy. They're going to lose interest, but they ask questions. They're engaged. I mean, our students are amazing here.
Whenever we started the senior Bible study, at least whenever I started teaching it, Pastor John's been doing it for, almost 30 years now, right? Whenever I started, I was like the cool older brother to these seniors, and Pastor John, he was like the dad figure, and so they listened to me, and he was like, they were the one they just, they were gracious and they were kind to him, but now I'm the father figure, and he's the quirky, kooky granddad in the room, and they love him, and now I'm the one that's just trying to keep their attention.
You kind of got to play the straight guy
Yeah.
while he gets to land all the one-liners.
That is exactly right.
The word we're going with is eccentric.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would just tell you, to the parents out there is nothing more amazing than being a granddad. You just hang in there. You're the good stuff's about to happen.
I have a feeling there's some parents out there that needed to hear that word of encouragement.
Exactly. Because I actually adopted Todd's 2 sons as my grandchildren.
You sure did.
And I still spoil them rotten.
You should. You should. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Now, outside of the holiday season, what are some of the other highlights just in terms of year-round ministries that you guys have going on right now?
Well, Todd mentioned the mobile market, but we have really amped up going into struggling neighborhoods and trying to bring food and to help. So we're really working on that. We're starting a new church in kind of southeast Fort Worth and breaking ground hopefully in a couple of weeks to help build them a church. And so we're very excited about that.
Yeah, and I think the one that's really close to my heart is our addiction ministry. Just to kind of name the elephant that's in the room out there, that it's such a catastrophic issue to a lot of the families that are in our community, and a lot of times we don't feel like we can say anything about it or talk about it. And so just to provide a safe place and an encouraging, hope-filled place to have conversations that really need to be had. So that Chandler's Hope Ministry is something I think really powerful and unique in the church community.
And one of the exciting things, after COVID, all churches kind of took a hit and youth ministries took a hit, but to see our youth ministry bounce back, and we're fixing to be building a new gym and a new youth area that's going to be incredible, because we're looking forward to the next 20 years of really, really reaching this community, the students in this community.
Yeah. What have been some of the catalysts for reinvigorating that youth programs since the pandemic?
Great question.
One of the greatest things, we are so lucky here to have long-term staff. And Floyd and Michelle Joseph have been here now almost 20 years. And so those relationships with students, they knew almost as children to grow up. And then we bring a lot of interns in, so our former students come back and work.
Yeah, but there's something about this generation, these students that are out here, that are down there in the student section. I've done some reading, and they're just coming out with like the research on it. But that generation that's been through so much, and the pandemic and quarantine and all that sort of stuff, it really affected the way they develop, not just socially but spiritually too.
Right.
And there's a depth and there's a hunger and a thirst in them that goes beyond just something they can get online. They're seeing it with social media. That's like social media trends. That they're looking for something authentic. Something where they show up and like, you can't pull the wool over these kids' eyes. They can smell fraud. They can smell if you're just putting on a game. And so I think part of it's something that, like, we can't bottle, we can't do a thing about it. It's just something that the Spirit's doing right now.
Well, I think that's incredible. I see the impact that you have with just the youth, and not only that, but being pillars of the community. We talk about how much the fabric of the community is the Southlake Carroll Dragons, but I can also say the fabric of this community is White Chapel.
Well,
and what you've done here, and what the guidance, the love, the support you provide for everyone in this community. Just a heartfelt thanks. We say it every year.
Thank you.
Incredible job.
Well, thank you very much. We're honored, and we love partnering with y'all. Thank you so much.
Y'all are awesome.
No, we love having you guys up here.
This is just great.
Chris and I were talking about, like, can we just keep them for the third and fourth quarter, and we can plug throughout the third and fourth quarter, because we just love having y'all. It's just such a great. We love all of our sponsors up here, but we love talking to y'all.
We'll tag team the play-by-play. Y'all do color.
That's right.
And Todd will be stepping on my foot.
Yeah, we'll be.
Because how long till I say, I think their doppers are down? I got some of the North Louisiana things.
Bless their heart.
They're like, hey, I got to get another. We got to take a break. We got to stop at some point. I don't mean right now. I mean during the plays.
Oh yeah.
But no, we will. We'll wrap this thing up here as well. But guys, thank you for, as always, your support on the broadcast, your support in the community, and for taking the time to come up and chat with us tonight.
Anytime.
Thank you very much.
And so, for a recap, not only is it a state championship I'm hearing from you, but
by 2 touchdowns.
2, 3, 4, 5. What's the prediction?
I heard 14.
At least 14. I think, honestly, I'm going to get out there. We're going to win by 21 points.
All right.
3 touchdowns, and Riley Dodge, coach not only of the year, of the decade, maybe of this new century.
You heard it here first, sports fans.
We got it.
All right.
We're going to put Riley on Mount Rushmore by Todd.
We are.
Yes, father-son on our Mount Rushmore.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me, Todd.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, Pastor John McKenna, John McKellar, Todd Renner, thank you guys for coming up and chatting with us tonight.
Okay, thank you so much.
Right. Thank you all.
Well, the score at halftime, Carroll 43, Northwest 7. We'll take a break, come right back on the Feed Store Barbecue Halftime Show on the Dragon Sports Network.
Are you considering buying or selling your home in Southlake? I'm Kim Bedwell with Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty, and I would love to assist you. Recognized as one of the top professionals in Southlake by both industry peers and clients, I am a proud mother of 2 dragons and have been a resident of this amazing community for over 20 years. I know Southlake inside and out, and I am committed to ensuring your real estate journey is seamless and successful. You can find me at kimbedwell.com. Kim Bedwell Real Estate, delivering the highest level of experience and results in Southlake and beyond. Go Dragons!
Hey everyone, this is Michael Baum, General Manager at Hearst and Louisville Autoplex. We are longtime supporters of all things Dragons. This season, if you want to show up to the game in style, come see me or Brees Higgins, where we have the largest selection of late model, high-end, pre-owned trucks and SUVs. As a family-owned and operated dealership, we'll treat you like part of our family. Come see us on either side of the Metroplex and get a new ride today. Shop us online 24/7 at HurstAutoplex.com. Go Dragons!
Recoat Revolution, your one-day floor solution. I'm Joe Worrell, Southlake resident, Air Force veteran, and proud father of 2 dragons. Our one-day sandless, dustless process refreshes flooring without the mess, smell, and expense of traditional refinishing. If your floors have damage, wear from furniture, or even little dragon talons, we can tackle those issues to have you back in a clean home that night. Sandless, dustless, odorless, done by dinner. Recoat Revolution. Go Dragons!
Dr. Angela Bowers would like to invite you to visit Southlake Dermatology, which serves patients throughout the Metroplex in medical, surgical, and cosmetic dermatology. We recommend always using a zinc oxide sunscreen, such as Elta MD, and utilizing HelioCare, which is a sun protective pill. We have seen the incidence of skin cancers on the rise, including melanoma, which is the most harmful type. With yearly skin checks, we will be able to find skin cancer much earlier. Read about skin cancer and sunscreen options online at southlakedermatology.com.
Welcome back to the Feed Store Barbecue Halftime Show. Chris Blake, Robert Clayton here at Dragon Stadium as we take a look at some of the numbers in the first half with Carroll on top of Northwest 43-7. At the half, Angelo Renda for the Dragons, 10 of 12 for 238 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. He's also added 2 carries, 19 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Davis Penn for Carroll, 7 carries, 52 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Brooks Biggers, 2 rushes for a net of 0 yards, but he did get into the end zone for a touchdown. He's proven to be effective in goal line situations this year for the Dragons. Through the air, Brody Knowles leading the way with 4 receptions for Carroll and a touchdown. Brock Boyd, 2 catches for 67 yards, 1 catch each for Luke Jacquemart, Blake Gunter, Caden Mackey, and Davis Penn. Carroll, how about this one? Carroll did not face a 3rd down in the first half. So, want to talk about how efficient the offense was in that first 2 quarters for the Dragons. For Northwest, the quarterback, Mark Hartman, 8 of 13, 53 yards, 1 interception. He's also lost 19 yards on the ground tonight. Carice Sela, 15 carries, 107 yards, and a touchdown. The bulk of that came on 1 81-yard touchdown run. They've handed off to Jalen Mathis 3 times for a net gain of 0. And Stephen Momo has carried 3 times for 3 yards. Sela also has 5 catches for 19 yards, so overall 20 touches for the junior running back in the first half. He averages just over 30 touches per game, 29.8 carries per game, but he's also got 15 receptions on the year, so getting the ball in his hands a ton this year are the Texans. Meanwhile, some other action going on around North Texas tonight in District 4-6A. Central took it to LD Bell last night, 38-23. Central now 3-3 in district play. Bell 3-2. Chargers quarterback Isaiah Taylor accounted for 3 total touchdowns, about 180 total yards through the air and on the ground. Both of these teams in contention for that 4th playoff spot. However, Central still has to play Carroll and Byron Nelson. Bell still has to play Carroll, Byron Nelson, and Trinity. So tough remaining schedules for those 2 teams. Right now, Trinity at home hosting Keller. Trojans on top 27-15 in that ball game. And the other game in the district tonight, Byron Nelson home against Eaton, and the Bobcats lead that one 21-3. So the teams that you anticipate being playoff teams in this district, Byron Nelson, Carroll, and Trinity, all holding serve tonight. If those 3 all win out, they would make the playoffs. They've all played each other, so those are out of the way. And then that 4th playoff spot will be what is up for grabs. Right now, Central's at 3-3, Eaton's at 2-2, Keller at 2-3. Northwest, barring a comeback tonight, would fall to 1-4 on the year. Timber Creek is off this week, but they're 0-5 in district play. So those 2 likely out of contention, but kind of a mix of 4 teams there in Keller, Eaton, Central, and Bell that could all be jockeying for that 4th playoff spot. And of course, while Carroll only has 2 more weeks after this, everybody else has 3 weeks after this because the Dragons' bye is in the final week of the season. So still plenty of football left to be played for those teams to try to find their way into the playoffs. So we'll take a timeout here on the Feed Store Barbecue Halftime Show. When we come back, we'll have Robert's replay room. Don't worry, it's better than he set it up to be in the second quarter.
Chris, if I set myself up for a failure, there's only room for improvement.
Set the bar low. Easy to clear.
Set it real low. I don't have much of vertical, so the higher I get, I can't get over it, Chris.
All right, well, we've got the worst 5 minutes of the broadcast coming up next by Robert's estimation. Dragons lead at 43-7 on Northwest at halftime on the Dragon Sports Network.
As a Dragon, it's all about protecting the tradition. As a church, it's our mission to make more deeply committed followers of Jesus. This is Todd Renner from White's Chapel in Southlake. For over 150 years, White's Chapel has been a part of this community. And though times have changed, our need for the gospel of Jesus Christ, our need to worship and grow and serve, our need to shine the light into the darkness hasn't. That's why White's Chapel is a church where tradition meets today.
Hey, did you hear? Somebody didn't want Feed Store barbecue. That's right, it's true. One fella the other day, he wanted Feed Store chicken fried steak, and another asked for a Feed Store hamburger. And one scamp, well, he even had the nerve to ask for Feed Store burn ends. Yeah, Feed Store is famous for its barbecue, but there's so much more. Order online at feedstorebbq.com and go Dragons.
Dragon fans, the wait is over. The Dragon Den is your one-stop shop for spirit wear, gear, and everything green, black, and white. Show your pride and represent Southlake Carroll everywhere you go. Protect the tradition and shop at the Den. We are open every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and all freshman, JV, and varsity home games. The Dragon Den is the perfect spot to gear up for game day. Go Dragons!
Hello, Dragon fans. Julie Walter here from the Baker Firm, Fidelity National Title, located right here in Southlake. It's Dragon football season, and as a mother of 4 former Dragons, I truly know how busy our fall schedules can get. At the Baker Firm, we provide great customer service with our knowledgeable escrow team, and we pride ourselves with a boutique-style title office that will close our customers anywhere in the DFW area. So, as you get ready to sell, buy, or refinance your home, be sure to tell your local agent or lender you want to close with the Baker Firm, and you are sure to score a touchdown.
Dragons up big at the half, 43-7 over Northwest in District 4-6A action tonight at Dragon Stadium as we continue on the Feed Store Barbecue Halftime Show. Just had Pastors John McKellar and Todd Renner up here at halftime for what is always an enjoyable conversation. They were talking about going to Feed Store. Might have to take them up on that offer at some point.
I think we should.
I think we should as well. All right, let's get into Robert's Replay Room. All replays tonight presented by Recoat Revolution, dustless wood floor refinishing. We go through some of the highlights for the Dragons tonight. Two-back set for Carroll here as Davis Penn gets into the end zone for his first of 2 rushing touchdowns in the first half.
And again, all we're doing is taking Davis Penn here. We're going to hit off the right tackle and right guard, which is Nathan Domraki and C.J. Johnson. Then really it's just all Davis Penn, and you see big Domraki with his helmet come flying off. That's how hard he's blocking. And then you're just seeing Davis Penn get the vision and getting the block by Blake Gunter there on the perimeter. Again, sacrificing your body and getting your running back into the end zone at all costs.
That was the first touchdown of the day for Carroll, and this is that form tackle you were talking about. Robbie Ladd just laying the wood on Carice Sela.
And this play is designed to go right here, and you've got to attack it downhill, and that's what Robbie Ladd does. Got on a twist game, but watch this tackle, and this is where you've got to tackle a guy like Seahall and just get him to the ground. And this is what Robbie Ladd's been doing all game. Look at his body, look at his positioning. And I tell you what, that is how you bring a man down. And you bring it, and when I talk about a man, you're bringing Sela down, the running back, the best in DFW.
Sela, the area's leading rusher among 6A running backs coming in to tonight. Your Dragons get a forced fumble off of the reception made by Trey Poe. Again, another great tackle by this Carroll defense.
Again, it's pretty good coverage by the Carroll defense. And then, they're trying to do a little jailbreak screen. They're taking away William Chin right there, and then obviously you have Landon Harris come in, and we're talking about him bringing the hit week in, week out, doing a terrific job. He's just doing a phenomenal job there on the secondary and just bringing the hits.
Carroll defense has forced a couple of turnovers today. They had that fumble recovery. They've also got an interception. We see Northwest here. This is that interception as Marcus Browse jumps the route. Ball was intended for Poe and set up, as you said at the time, like the screen was to Browse.
Yeah, you've got Hardman here. He is just staring. This is the problem that he made. He's staring down his receiver right here. He's not even looking at where Browse is, and Browse was just licking his chops, waiting for him to make this throw. He knew it was coming, and just watch, just perfect. I mean, I don't know, maybe we need to bring Browse on the offensive side because watch the form. I mean, terrific job by Browse. And then you see him just going straight to pay dirt. Terrific job by the linebacker. Browse is such a dynamic player. He can put his hand on the ground and become an edge rusher. He can step back and come down like a linebacker. And as you see there, he can take it to the house and catch the ball.
We have seen him a couple of times over the last 2 years on kick returns, field short kicks, and start to bring him back for the Dragons. But that defensive play, one of the exclamation points for Carroll in the first half. Dragons with a couple of turnovers. Offense has been rolling. They even converted a 2-point conversion to build this 43-7 lead. So Dragon Band is completing its performance at halftime here at Dragon Stadium. Teams have both come onto the field, starting to get loose in that east end zone. So we'll take a break, come back with the start of the third quarter in just a moment. Carroll up 43-7 at the half on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hey, Dragons, athletes, fans, and champions of all kinds. I'm Dr. Isabel Lopez at Life's Medicine, and my team and I are here to help you feel, recover, and perform at your absolute best. From guided weight loss to hormone balance, we create a personalized game plan for peak health. Boost your recovery with cryotherapy, recharge with red light therapy, and fuel your body with our powerful Slim Shots. Don't just cheer from the sidelines. Step into your own strongest and healthiest self. Visit us and let's build your winning season, both on and off the field, at Life's Medicine, where health meets performance. Go Dragons!
Hey, Dragon fans, this is Robert Clayton with the Clayton team at Clayton Real Estate. Karen Young and I have been proudly serving Southlake for over 30 years in residential resale, family owned and operated, and former Dragons. Being a Dragon graduate, you truly understand what it means to be a Dragon. Tradition, excellence, and a winning team. That's what we provide our clients, the best service and experience in the industry with a winning tradition. Dragons representing Dragons. Call us today at 817-894-4152 or visit us on the web at www.dragonrealtors.com. Go Dragons.
Looking for a roofer who truly knows Southlake? My name is Chad Cross, owner of CLC Roofing, a longtime Southlake resident who's proud to serve this community. For decades, we have protected Dragon Country with roofs built to handle the scorching sun, sudden hail, and high winds, all while keeping your homes looking beautiful. CLC Roofing proudly supports the Carroll ISD, the Carroll Booster Club, and local events. Supporting Southlake is part of who we are. We know every HOA standard, city code, and neighborhood nuance because we live here too. When the storm hits, we're not hours away. We're already in your community, ready to help the moment you need us. Our crews are safety certified and led by project managers who always focus on details. From minor repairs to full replacements, we bring expert craftsmanship and clear communication to every project. We only install top-tier roofing materials, and as an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, we can offer extended warranties most roofers cannot, because trust and quality go hand in hand. Protect the tradition, Southlake.
Southlake Dermatology offers specialized acne regimens using a combination of prescriptions and procedures that are covered by insurance. The Specialized Acne Treatment Center offers a full range of services with access to samples and rebates that are only available through a dermatologist. Our office is on the 3rd floor of the Southlake Medical Building attached to Methodist Hospital off of 114. Find us on Facebook or search our website at southlakedermatology.com.
Dragons taking the field for the start of the third quarter at Dragon Stadium. Chris Blake, Robert Clayton, our director Tim Polster, and statistician Monty Clegg in the booth with you on this Friday night. Game number 8 already for the Dragons this year. Carroll 5-0 in district play, atop District 4-6A. And on track to reach the playoffs yet again. And continue that march towards a district title, which is goal number 1 for head coach Riley Dodge and his team every season. Well, Carroll will get the ball first here in the third quarter. They won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. Dragons with 43 points in that first half. Not nearly a first half high for Carroll. In fact, they scored 42 points in the second quarter alone last week against Eaton.
We were just talking about that, Chris.
Score at the half last week was 56-7. 43-7 here tonight. And you know it is still a point of pride for this Dragon defense to keep those opponents in the single digits. Carroll on the year allowing just 9.1 points per game. They're getting through a year with that scoring defense number under 10 is it's quite the accomplishment if they can keep it up.
It is something you take pride in, right, Chris? I mean, any defense, you don't want to give up touchdowns, and last week didn't really give a touchdown up on defense. It's more of a special teams play than anything.
Brock Boyd on the return at the 30, trying to spin it back the other way, is going to be wrapped up, brought down at the 34-yard line. And that is where Angelo Renda and this offense will start the second half.
4-yard line.
You had few probably take-backs for this Dragon offense. If you learned anything from that first half was a few throws you probably want to take back and miscommunication. But that's part of it, you know, especially when you get down there in a hurry up. But this offense in general, overall, executing at a very high level and really, you know, taking advantage of great field position in the first half.
First team offense back out onto the field for the Dragons here to start the third quarter. Renda Fakes it to Penn, will throw right side for Boyd, who steps out of bounds along that Texan sideline. Dragon Den first down.
Again, going back to the first play they opened the first half with was just a fake to run, the line's firing out like it's zone, running back's taking the handoff like it's zone, and you're pulling it. You're allowing Boyd to get there on the little out route to the sidelines, and great pitch and catch in between two defenders, finding the soft spot in the zone.
So Carroll has not faced a third down tonight. Renda to throw again. Drops it in nicely for Knowles along that left sideline. He's shoved out of bounds. Another Dragon Den first down, pushed out of bounds there by Brady Taylor.
Again, if you just sit down and this offensive line gives so much time to Angelo Renda, I mean, just watch this line. You know, he has 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. No one's even around giving him harassment whatsoever. Finding Brody Knowles there. Now, you get the ball around Brody Knowles, he's like a magnet.
26 yards on that completion. Big hole for Penn up the middle. He's going to go into the end zone. No one touched him till he got to the goal line. Davis Penn in for 6.
You've got to love this if you're a Dragon fan. You've been waiting for Davis Penn to come out and break it. He's looking like Davis Penn of old. And I'll tell you what, you take that inside zone play, you go between the center and the guard, Kerry Clayton and C.J. Johnson, and then you watch the explosiveness of Davis Penn getting to the second level, fighting pay dirt. Tremendous job.
Touchdowns brought to you by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate as Gavin Strange comes on for the CLC Roofing point after try. Nice job getting the snap down by Zach Hayes, and Strange splits the upright to make it 50-7 Carroll. 11:30 to go in the third quarter. Back after this on the Dragon Sports Network.
Looking for a place the whole family will love? Come check out Champions Club at the Mark South Lake. Conveniently located off South Lake Boulevard in Bicentennial Park, Champions Club is your local, safe, and fun destination for fitness, play, and connection. From state-of-the-art workout spaces and exciting group fitness classes to our aquatic center, indoor courts, and party rentals, there's something for everyone. Make Champions Club your home for health, recreation, and family fun. Join today and discover what it means to live like a champion. Go Dragons!
A 3-play, 66-yard drive that took 19 seconds. Capped off by a Davis Penn touchdown run to put Carroll up 50-7, 30 seconds into the second half. Strange. Short kick is going to be fair caught at the 18 by Northwest. And Texans see if they can find any movement up front for Carice Sela here in the second half.
Yeah, it's been a long, long night for this Northwest offense. It hasn't been easy. The yards have been hard to come by. And I tell you what, you've got to get back if you're Coach Poe of what did well, getting to the outside and finding that room on the edge.
Yeah, head coach of the Texans is Bill Poe. Like Riley Dodge, part of a family with deep ties in Texas high school football as Sela gets it on first down. Short gain of a couple of yards up the middle. Poe also was a coach at Carroll for a few seasons, 2007 to 2009. Before he got his first head coaching job at Spring Hill and Longview after that. Then went and coached for Todd Dodge at Marble Falls before going over to Northwest and actually hired Riley Dodge. Ball comes out, Hartman picks it up and is going to fall on it behind the line of scrimmage. Crawford Taylor again in the backfield. Big loss on the play. Sacks brought to you by Life's Medicine.
Yeah, terrific job. Again, Crawford Taylor just being there when opportunity knocks and getting Hartman down. And listen, I don't know if a play might define how the night's gone for Northwest, but that was pretty close to it. Talk about execution. You've just got to do the little things well.
3rd and 18 for the Texans. Dragons rush 3. Hartman with time. Spins it out into the flat for Sela, and he's going to be swarmed by Dragons at the 20. Still on his feet, but finally goes down after a short gain on the play.
You know, what I love seeing about the Dragon defense is just the swarming mentality, Chris. You know, it's Dragon after Dragon just following the lead of the other and getting to the ball. And that's what defense is about. It's not about just one individual playmaker. It's about that whole unit playing together and getting the ball and bringing that ball carrier or receiver down, and they do a tremendous job of it.
So the Texans will punt it away to Brock Boyd here. Poe, the punter. Dragons get a good rush on it. Gets it away. Fair caught by Boyd. Shy of the 50, so Dragons will start in plus territory here on their second possession of the third quarter. But all of that background on Coach Poe, just to say these are a couple of legacy families in Texas high school football. Have had a lot of success. Poe's father, Ron Poe, was a head coach at McKinney for more than 3 decades. And, of course, we know what Todd Dodge has done here at Carroll and at other stops along the way.
Well, you see the olive branches that the world isn't as small as it might seem in the coaching circle. And there's a lot of ties, and there's not a bigger tie between 2 coaches than the Poes and the Dodges. And they have a tremendous amount of respect for each other. And that's seen just on coaching conversations and talking with both coaches.
Brooks Biggers gets the carry on first down. Slides forward for a gain of 3 on the play. But Northwest this season in danger of missing the playoffs for the first time since 2017. Made it every season since 2018. Several of those years up until a year ago were at the 5A level. Gunter goes in motion left to right. Design run for Renda's got blocking out in front of him. Is going to be run down, tackled shy of the first down marker by Caden Olson, one of the senior safeties who we really haven't talked about much yet tonight, but is one of their best all-around players and a guy who's getting some Division I attention.
Yeah, he was committed to Washington State, and he's a bigger guy. He's 6'1", about 185. He's a guy who plays down that safety spot, almost can fill in as a linebacker. Big playmaking ability, but it neutralized tonight. Haven't heard a lot about him.
Well, this is the first third down the Dragons offense has faced. It comes with 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. And on third down, Davis Penn, big hole up the middle, gets outside, running down the right sideline, brought down across the 25-yard line after a Dragon Den first down.
And this is just a bread and butter. You're talking about inside zone with Davis Penn, getting comfortable and making the play, getting behind Will Barley, the left guard, Kerry Clayton, the center, and Tristan Dare, the left tackle. Tremendous job on the vision, making the cuts, making the plays. And if you're the fan at home, you love seeing this Davis Penn just making those cuts and making the moves.
All of our replays tonight presented by Recoat Revolution as Davis gets it again. Another big hole up the middle, and he stumbles down inside the 10-yard line. The holes that are opening up the middle, Penn's not getting touched till he gets to that second level.
They're leaning on him in this group with C.J. Johnson and Kerry Clayton and Will Barley. They're just starting to impose their will on this front, and is giving, really Davis Penn all the ability to get in the second level and do what he does best and get north and south.
So 1st and 10, they can get a first down without reaching the end zone at about the 1-yard line. Zurenda flipped it out in the flat, and into the end zone goes Blake Gunter for the touchdown. Gunter's 10th touchdown on the season. That is a team high. And Carroll goes up 56-7.
Yeah, we talked about the blocking on the perimeter. Watch Brody Knowles. He was going to pop in your screen here in just a minute after Blake Gunter gets the pass. And watch what he does to Brady Taylor there in just finishing the block, getting a pancake, and sacrificing himself for his teammate to get the touchdown.
2 touchdowns already for the Dragons in less than 5 minutes here into the third quarter. Touchdowns presented by Kim Bedwell Luxury Real Estate. The point after is good, presented by CLC Roofing. 7:11 to go in the third. It's Carroll 57, Northwest 7 on the Dragon Sports Network.
For mission-critical business litigation in Texas, business owners and executives trust Sean McCaskill and the law firm of Godwin Bowman PC. My wife Laura and I are 20-year residents of Southlake and the proud parents of 4 dragons. I've been a dedicated volunteer in Southlake for the past 13 years, including serving 7 years on Southlake City Council. I'm the president and managing shareholder at Godwin Bowman, which was established in Dallas in 1980 to serve clients with business litigation issues all the way to the Texas Supreme Court. I've been with the firm for over 20 years, and I'm board certified in civil appellate law by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. Please consider me, Sean McCaskill, and the law firm of Godwin Bowman for your business litigation needs. Please visit our website at www.godwinbowman.com for more information. I promise you that we'll provide big city experience together with small town service.
The kickoff from Gavin Strange goes into the end zone for a touchback. Dragons up 57-7 now on Northwest in what has been, yes, there's been a couple of turnovers, but as far as efficiency goes, this might be as good as the offense has looked all season.
I mean, very efficient. You're talking about you left 2 drives on the field already, right? You know, and we would assume maybe end up in touchdowns. You don't know, but execution, it just seems to get better week after week after week. And when it starts to seem routine, Chris, that means you're doing a pretty good job, right?
And a lot of it seems like it can't get any more efficient, yet continues to do so a lot of the times. As they keep it on the ground here on first down. Sela running right side out of an arm tackle across the 30 and out of bounds along that Dragons sideline at the 36.
Again, getting that outside edge, and that's where they're going to have to live at, I think, for the remainder of this half. You've got something on the edge. You've got to attack the open space, because right now in the middle, the way these inside linebackers are playing, they're just not giving up much.
They move a receiver in motion, give it to Sela again. He's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Nice stop by the Dragons. It was Austin Trin on the hit. Mathis on that carry.
Well, we talked about trying to go after this Dragon, linebacker crew. They come with a GY counter, trying to fake some type of sweep, but going back with a counter. And I'll tell you what, you can't. The Dragon D-line is doing such a great job playing gap integrity, and linebackers playing over the top.
Brandon Widener going in motion now. They try to get it out to him, but it's caught behind the line of scrimmage, and he is tackled almost immediately by Austin Busman.
Again, Austin Busman, he just got that cast off his arm and coming down and making a huge play. You talk about the closing speed on some of these Dragon defensive backs and the physicality they're playing with. Tremendous job.
Up front for Carroll, some of the second team D-line in there. Kyle Duras, Sam Erickson across that front, along with Caden Hodges and Nate Martin. See if they can get a pass rush here on Hartman on third down. Looking to throw. Under pressure, Hartman trying to escape to his right. Keeps his feet and tried to throw it out of bounds. I guess technically he did, but it was batted right as he released it. It would be an incompletion and a fourth down.
I tell you what, Sam Erickson looked like a man possessed on that. Coming down from downhill on the defensive line in hot pursuit, just relentless effort towards Hartman, and there's nothing much he could do other than just try to flick it out of bounds and save a sack.
Offense number 2. Though the ball went out of bounds, it did not get past the line of scrimmage. The ball will be played to the spot of the foul. Includes a loss of down. It'll be fourth down.
So he did get rid of it, but not past the line of scrimmage. Another penalty here on the Texans. And Poe will come on to punt it away. Boyd to receive for Carroll. Poe gets it away. High kick fielded by Boyd. Fair caught at about the 40.
At the 38-yard line, 39-yard line, it's first and 10 from the 39-yard line.
And Carroll offense will come back out onto the field with 5.5 minutes to go in the third. It looks like that first team offense is going to get another series here for the Dragons. Change at running back. Phillips into the game, the sophomore, alongside Angelo Renda. Jacquemart out there in that bunch of receivers to the right. They give it to Phillips on first down. Not much running room, maybe a yard, up to the 40.
You're seeing Northwest that they came in with a 3-man front. They've now moved into a 4-man front. When that happens, you're trying to stop it. You're trying to either, number one, protect the run game because it's explosive, and we've seen that from Davis Pennant and company today, and that offensive line really leaning on them. So Northwest is kind of in no man's territory now, trying to figure out the identity this half on defense.
They send Phillips out to the left, and a flag flies. Motion up front.
Start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
And for the Texans, they've moved number 21, Brandon Rodriguez, on the left side of that line and playing with a hand on the ground instead of upright. He's one of the starting linebackers for this team. With Phillips again, motioning out to the left. Renda looking to throw, under pressure, and is going to be brought down. And they brought Rodriguez up to the line with a hand on the ground, then he gets there, takes Renda down for a sack.
And that might be the first sack of the year on the Dragon offensive line, most likely. Again, a rarity, but again, getting down a 4-man front, more guys on the line to try to get pressure on the Dragon QB. And I'd watch, for Dodge to try to get something here deep and get up to the sticks.
Third down for the Dragons, 17 yards to pick up a first. Renda looking to throw. He's going to be flushed out, has all the grass in front of him to run across the 45 and out of bounds. Just across the yard to gain for the marker. Was awfully close, but got to midfield. Picks up 17 yards on 3rd and long to move the chains for a Dragon Den first down.
And that's where Angelo can add the different dimension in this offense. I told you he's probably the fastest guy on the field at any given time. Just creating something out of nothing.
On first down, Phillips picking his way across the 45, falling forward. Gain of about 7 on the play.
Taken down by number 24, Ryland Bennett, and number 45.
This clock continues to tick here in the third quarter. Dragon offense starting to slow down the tempo a little bit, starting to use more and more of the play clock on this third possession of the third quarter. Northwest showing pressure, backs it off. Renda with all day this time, directing traffic, still has time, now flushed out, and he's going to be brought down, sacked again. Second sack on this series for Northwest, this one from Uriah Crawford.
And Crawford was one of the D linemen who's really come on this year, done a terrific job for this Northwest defensive line, and he can get to the quarterback. He is their best edge rusher, so to speak. And they found a little bit of success here in the third quarter. Again, Renda getting out his capability. More likely than not, he's going to get out in the open field and make a play.
All sacks tonight brought to you by Life's Medicine. Start your ultimate recovery with Life's Medicine, located on Southlake Boulevard. Renda to throw, completes this one to Gunter along the Carroll sideline. He stays in bounds up to the 47-yard line of the Texans. It'll be fourth down. So it looks like the Dragons are going to go for it here on fourth down. Phillips still in the game at running back for Carroll. Renda will take a shot down the left sideline. Nobody there. Was looking for Gunter, I believe. Maybe a little miscommunication on the route. It falls incomplete, and the Dragons turn it over on downs.
Yeah, Coach Poe had a good play called up. He brought the house, made Angelo feel the pressure. He was trying to get a vertical jump ball of some kind. But good play calling by the Texans on that drive. on just getting to the quarterback and mixing up the coverage. We talked about them moving to a 4-man front, trying to something a little bit new to get something started, and they found it.
So down 50, Northwest sends the offense back out onto the field. Been a tough night in the passing game for the Texans. Mark Hartman has struggled through the air, some movement up front once again. Seen a lot of false starts tonight from Northwest.
False start. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
Backs him up 5 with under 2 minutes to play in the third.
First and 15.
Told you the new defensive line out there for Carroll. Austin Trin, Ace Slavin out there at the linebacker spots as they keep it on the ground. Momo and nowhere to run, going to be driven back by this Carroll defense all the way to the 33-yard line.
What a hit by Nate Martin. Just a pursuit on the Northwest ball carrier. I tell you what, it's one after another. You have Sam Erickson just making penetration, forcing it, spilling it to the outside, and Fergal pushing it more to the outside, and then you've got Nate Martin cleaning it up.
Second and forever for this Northwest offense now. Ball's at the 33. They've got to get it all the way to the Dragon 43. Hartman looking to throw. Under pressure. Rolling out to his left. Got to get rid of it. Throws across his body over the sideline, and it is caught. Somehow hauled in by Jeremiah Brown. Or check that, Jackson Lessicar, the receiver who made the catch along that Texan sideline.
Number 16, Trent Fergal on the coverage. That brings up third down.
But speaking of Jeremiah Brown, senior receiver is their leading receiver with 23 catches on the year, and they have not found a way to get him the ball tonight. Hartman stepping up, going to be brought down in the backfield, sacked again by this Dragon defense. Getting there first for Carroll was Kyle Duras.
A great job by Kyle Duras. As it breaks down, you see Hartman, he's trying to step up in the pocket, can't find anything, and just Kyle Duras is there to clean it up. Also with Sam Erickson, great job by this Dragon defensive line.
It's the end of the third quarter. Timeout.
Sacks brought to you by Life's Medicine. Start your ultimate recovery with Life's Medicine, located on South Lake Boulevard. 1 quarter to go at Dragon Stadium. All Dragons tonight, 57-7, up on Northwest after 3. Back with the fourth quarter after this on the Dragon Sports Network.
Hello, Dragon fans. It's no secret, Southlake Carroll students have a long history of success. Protect the Tradition speaks to the success Carroll students have achieved in the past, both on and off the field. Games aren't won on game day. It's hours and hours of practice, working together, and trust in the process that builds confidence that leads our students to achieve extraordinary results. Like the Dragons, our team at Mills Wealth has a long history of success. We're celebrating our 25th year anniversary of helping clients make wise decisions about money. If we can help you, check us out online at millswealthadvisors.com.
Northwest to punt it away here on fourth down. The first play of the fourth quarter. Jacquemart drops the punt and is able to fall on it before a Northwest player can get there. But nearly a turnover by the Dragons. And instead, Carroll offense will head back out onto the field.
It's going to be a Dragons 1st and 10 from their own 22.
It's like that second group on offense getting ready to take the field. Quarterback Preston Perazzo. The running back is the senior Emerson Zadie. Getting an opportunity here in the fourth quarter. On first down, they give it to Zadie, who plunges ahead for a short gain on the play. Zadie on the year, 31 carries, 210 yards, and a touchdown.
You got number 75, Nick Wilson in at right tackle, Robbie Collins in at right guard. You have Oz at center. Then you have
Perazo keeping it outside on the left, going to be upended, staying in bounds. Looks like Robbie Collins at left guard.
Carlos Galindo at left tackle.
It's teamwork.
My eyes are failing me.
Luke Jacquemart getting a lot of run tonight. He's been out there a lot with the first group tonight, probably more so than we've seen maybe at any point this year. As they keep it on the ground. Zadie right into the line, going to be stopped shy, maybe not, awfully close to the first down marker, just kept the legs churning. They're going to give him the first. Little extra effort. Those legs never stopped moving for the senior running back.
Well, we love Zadie. He runs so hard and so fast. He's a favorite in my eyes in this backfield. But you mentioned Luke Jacquemart keeping him on these series. Typically, Dodge likes to get vertical with Jacquemart. Typically right here in the fourth quarter with the second group.
Zadie lowering the shoulder, not shying away from contact. Picks up 2 on that first down carry. The other receivers out there with this group, Raphael Otoya, Cade Holmstrom for the Dragons. Jacob Bobrowski has also been out there for Carroll with this second group. Second down. Perazo gives to Zadie again. He's going to be hit and pushed backwards. They'll give him forward progress to the line of scrimmage.
Handoff to number 28, Harrison Phillips.
Also seeing Tyler Sanchez out there on offense for the Dragons.
And pardon the correction, number 64, Drew Goff at left guard.
Some movement up front. Flag flies. Going to be a free play for Carroll. Perazo taking a shot down the right sideline. Caught but out of bounds by Luke Jacquemart.
They're going to hit that sooner or later. At some point, Riley loves calling and getting Luke out there vertical.
5-yard penalty remains, third down.
It'll still be third down for Carroll here. Perazo jogs to the sideline to get the play call from Dodge. Break the huddle quickly, do the Dragons for third and short. Play clock down to 2, and they do get the snap off. Perazo keeping it, has the first down and more to midfield, keeps the legs going, and bowls over a defender to pick up a little extra yardage to the 46.
It had me fooled. I thought Zadie had the ball right behind the big offensive line, but Preston Perazo, great job on the keeper. And what hard running. We talk about how confident Coach Dodge is with Perazo just running the offense, running the machine, and plays so hard as a quarterback.
Picked up 16 yards there, keeps it again on this play. And not the same success, though the pile keeps moving. The big guys got behind him.
Soon.
Big guys got behind him, pushed him forward.
Effort. That's all effort, Chris. And That's what you love about these kids in this group and this Dragon culture is just the effort they put behind every play and playing till the whistle.
6-yard gain on a play that looked like it was going to be stopped right at the line. It'll be 2nd and 4. Palmer Penson into the game at quarterback now for the Dragons. Gives it to Zadie, keeps those legs moving, has the first down across the 35. Dragon Den sponsors all first downs tonight. It's the official store for Dragon Spirit Wear.
Big run by Zadie getting behind Oz. Sandra, terrific offensive lineman, a sophomore center, a guy who is really excited about in terms of his ability. And what a job by Zadie on hitting the hole, getting to the second level.
Three receivers left for Pensum. Gives it to Zadie again. Inside the 30-yard line. Talking about that push for playoff spot in District 4-6A. Some of the other scores in the area tonight. Trinity leading Keller 34-15 in the third quarter of that ball game. Byron Nelson on top of Eaton, 35-10 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
And of course, last night mentioned earlier that Central beat LD Bell 38-23. Timber Creek has its bye this week. So a few more weeks to go as the push for those last couple of playoff spots in the district continues. You would think Byron Nelson in pretty good shape at this point.
Prior to the snap, delay a game. Offense number 18, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Dragons don't get the snap off in time.
Correction, 17 on the delay game.
I think Preston Prazo's on the sideline, like, not even on the field. So 2nd and 11 for the Dragons. Zadie keeping it this time. Pensum sold the fake on the outside, running right alongside his running back. And Zadie's going to pick up the first down.
Incredible job on the split zone. Jacob Bobrowski, great block on just springing Emerson Zadie. And Zadie, I tell you what, we've said it a lot. You know, he has such a quick burst. You know, once he gets through that line, gets to the second level, he is hard to bring down.
Here goes Zadie again inside the 15-yard line. Finally brought down there. Zadie's starting to rack up those yards tonight.
You can feel it building. You just want to get Zadie in the end zone. He's so close. He's a shoestring tackle away, it seems, every time. I tell you what, he's doing a terrific job. And I can't say enough about this offensive line, this second group coming in and really imposing their will on this front four of Northwest. Just a terrific job. And this is a Northwest group that still has a lot of their starters out there.
They've been on the field a lot tonight, taking punishment from this Carroll offensive line. First and goal. Quarterback keeper this time inside the 5-yard line. And down at the 1 is Pensum.
Tackle by number 18, Danavian Stitz.
Pensum, the junior, getting an opportunity here in the fourth quarter.
2nd and 2, Dragon.
So 2nd and goal for Carroll from the 2-yard line. Tight end, left side of the formation. Pensum gives to Zadie. He is going to be hit, pushed back, right to the line of scrimmage. Zadie's got one touchdown on the year, trying to find a second.
Taken down by number Third and goal.
Even up this many points, Carroll's done an excellent job just being able to move the ball, keep the clock running here in the fourth quarter as Zadie gets it again and again. Nothing there up the middle. Good push up front by this Texans line.
The holes are there. They're just collapsing on the back end so quickly right now, Chris. And second play in a row, they've done that. And you know Zadie just wants to get that end zone. If I'm this second group, and I am Robbie Collins, the right guard, and Nick Wilson, the right tackle, and Oz, the center, I'm saying run behind us, hit it front side, hit it hard, and let's go.
Carroll looks like it's going to go for it on fourth down. Play clock down to 8. Now they line up to snap it, and we're going to get a timeout called by Riley Dodge.
It's their first charge timeout of the second half.
So Carroll using its first timeout here in the second half. We will take it as well. Timeouts brought to you by Dragons Special Olympics. Carroll up 57-7 on Northwest on the Dragons Sports Network.
For your next family get-together, church event, or corporate outing, well, leave the cooking to Feed Store Barbecue in Southlake. Feed Store has everything you need to make everyone happy with delicious barbecue, fixings, and desserts. And the best part, they'll set it all up for you, and they'll take it away when you're done. All you have to do is eat. Call us at 817-488-1445 or online at feedstorebbq.com. Go Dragons.
Fourth down for Carroll here, and goal from the 2-yard line. Dragons line up to go for it. Zadie one more time, not going to get there. Pushed back once again by this Texans defense, which comes in and makes a goal line stand against the Dragons.
The defense bent but did not break on this drive. As a unit, you want to punch it in. But, classy move by Riley, not trying to go for a field goal or put points on the board, just running the clock and running a normal offense. And I know those guys wish they got it in. But, again, another opportunity here for the Dragon defense.
I believe that's the first possession of the game, or second possession of the game for Carroll that has not resulted in a turnover or a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Dragons milk almost the entire fourth quarter on one drive here as Northwest keeps it on the ground on first down. That is Stephen Momo, second running back, getting a touch for the Texans. Well, one of the other teams in the area
that's a 2-minute timeout of the second half.
Been getting a lot of attention for its point differentials like the Dragons has been Allen this year. You see a lot of news articles mentioning those teams in the same breath. And Allen up on Plano West 56-7 tonight in that matchup. But it is the 2-minute timeout here in the second half. We'll take the break as well. 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Carroll up by 50 on Northwest on the Dragons Sports Network.
Hey, Dragon fans, this is Robert Clayton with the Clayton team at Clayton Real Estate. Karen Young and I have been proudly serving Southlake for over 30 years in residential resale, family owned and operated, and former Dragons. Being a Dragon graduate, you truly understand what it means to be a Dragon. Tradition, excellence, and a winning team. That's what we provide our clients, the best service and experience in the industry with a winning tradition. Dragons representing Dragons. Call us today at 817-894-4152 or visit us on the web at www.dragonrealtors.com. Go Dragons.
Another run play here by the Texans will be enough for a Dragon Den first down to move the chains. Some other big games in the area tonight. Cedar Hill leading District 11 6A, but the Longhorns had yet to play Waxahachie, DeSoto, or Duncanville. And playing Waxahachie tonight, and
it comes fast, Chris.
Yep. The next 3 weeks for them are going to be tough against those 3 top teams in the area. 3 of the top teams in the state, all in that one district.
Tough district. I mean, there's a few districts like that in DFW. I'd probably say, that district, Allen, is a pretty tough one. And then you look at Naguir and Louisville tremendously.
A big one in 5-6A, Coppell and Louisville tonight. Cowboys up 34-17.
Wow.
They lost their first district game in 3 years a couple of weeks ago, but bouncing back against the Farmers tonight, doubling them up right now in the third quarter. Then as we also start to look at 3-6A, as Momo picks up another first down for Northwest, which is the district that Carroll will match up with in the first round. Features the Mansfield schools right now. Lake Ridge, maybe a little bit of a surprise, up on Crowley, 35-14 in the fourth quarter. Mansfield beat Mansfield Legacy tonight, 28-10. Boswell has its bye this week. Maybe the last play of the game here. And Northwest will not have to snap it again. Just a few schools worth keeping an eye on over the final few weeks of the season as we start to look ahead to a potential first-round playoff matchup for Carroll.
Yeah, I think things are going to start shaking out, so to speak, over the next week or so. And definitely, by the time Carroll has their bye week, you should be pretty much set of what is going to happen in those scenarios. We'll be the first to bring it to you.
Yeah, that odd scheduling with the Dragons not having a bye week for 10 weeks and having it in week 11. Well, time expires here, and Carroll picks up the win, 57-7 over Northwest to go to 8-0 overall, 6-0 in district play. And talked about it a little bit, Robert, earlier in this quarter, but it still seems like there are things that continue to get better even when the Dragons are playing at such a high level to begin with.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing is execution. You're seeing the defense in the right position. They're causing turnovers. They're doing all the right things. They're scoring the ball. Offensively, when things, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, things start looking routine, Chris, you're doing something right, and there's a mesh point, right? And you're seeing Davis Penn get more comfortable. You're very confident of what he's doing in hitting the holes and getting in the second level. Offensive line is hitting on all cylinders. The receivers, going away from what usually they've done the past few weeks of getting the pop passes on the perimeter, really challenging a little bit vertically down the field, and put some things on tape that coaches are going to have to look for.
If you had to take a guess, is that to put more things on tape, or is it something they saw that they felt was the best way to attack tonight?
Well, I always think trying to put something on tape is always secondary, right?
Right.
Part of your game plan is what you see, and if you feel like you can push the ball vertically and find the soft spots in the zone, they did that. They did they did a great job of just forcing the run or play action, so to speak, and then delivering the strikes. And then you saw it with Angelo's legs a little bit as well. So that's what makes this team so versatile, Chris, that you're not going to see the same thing every week. They have the ability to change it up, which I think that's important when you go into a playoff run.
Well, the final score tonight, 57-7, Carroll over Northwest. We'll take a quick break, come back, wrap it up in just a moment on the Dragon Sports Network.
This is John McKellar from White's Chapel in Southlake. This is one of my favorite times of the year because football is back. The Dragons are all about tradition, and White's Chapel is no different. For over 150 years, White's Chapel has been at the heart of this community. We're a church that preaches a message of grace and love. We'd like to invite you to join us for worship this weekend. Go Dragons!
Talk is cheap when it comes to saving our country. We're not just any cell phone service provider. We're Patriot Mobile. It's not enough to simply talk about values. We live them. Defending life, protecting our First and Second Amendments, and celebrating our military and first responder heroes. We're boots on the ground making a difference. We're America's only Christian conservative wireless provider with nationwide coverage on all 3 major networks and 100% U.S.-based customer service. Join Patriot Mobile today and make an impact every time you use your cell phone.
Are you considering buying or selling your home in Southlake? I'm Kim Bedwell with Briggs Freeman Sotheby's International Realty, and I would love to assist you. Recognized as one of the top professionals in Southlake by both industry peers and clients, I am a proud mother of 2 dragons and have been a resident of this amazing community for over 20 years. I know Southlake inside and out, and I am committed to ensuring your real estate journey is seamless and successful. You can find me at kimbedwell.com. Kim Bedwell Real Estate, delivering the highest level of experience and results in Southlake and beyond. Go Dragons!
Welcome back to Dragon Stadium. Carroll victorious over Northwest tonight by the score of 57-7 as you get a look at Riley Dodge addressing his team after the win tonight. And some of the numbers for the Dragons this evening. Angelo Renda goes 14 of 17 for 297 yards, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. He added a rushing touchdown. Davis Penn, to go back and check, but one of his better nights of the year, 10 carries, 106 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns a week ago, but only about half that yardage.
You're seeing Davis starting to get more comfortable in the backfield and getting back to what made Davis Penn Davis Penn. And we knew that was going to be a time period. It's been I really say a progression since week 3 on getting to this point.
Really a big night running the ball for the Dragons across the board. Brooks Biggers had 3 carries and a touchdown. Harrison Phillips gained 8 yards. Emerson Zadie, 10 carries for 44 yards. Came awfully close to finding the end zone. Just got stopped short a couple of times there in the fourth quarter. And even Preston Perazzo getting in on the act, 22 rushing yards tonight. So Carroll really finding its stride on the ground tonight against this Texans defense.
I mean, doing a great job. I think when you games like this, you force in Northwest to change up their front. Things weren't working. They were gashing in that front. The offensive line took it on the shoulders and really pushed this defensive line and got into the second level. And that's what you love about this team is that they can do it by air. They can do it by land. I don't know about sea yet.
We'll see.
Maybe we will see. Hey, are we rhyming right now?
Maybe.
Or what are we doing?
I don't know. I hope we don't have to do it by sea because that would mean there's some major weather issues.
You never
before
know.
The game.
You never know.
Like, hey, that playoff game against Geyer last year was a little bit wet.
Yep.
But one thing on the rushing numbers, we know this is an offense that can strike quickly, but in the fourth quarter, they ran a 15-play drive that ate up 74 yards and took more than 8.5 minutes.
Right.
So it's a team that can kill you in a bunch of different ways offensively. Also had the pick 6 tonight, couple of turnovers forced by this Dragon defense on what was a difficult night for Northwest. And Carice Sela, thanks to that 181-yard run, was still able to gain 120 yards on 17 carries and had the 1 touchdown. Got a couple of glimpses of what kind of back he can be, and certainly someone we would expect to hear a lot about over the next 2 seasons.
Oh, special talent, very special talent. And, just speaking of tonight, we didn't get to mention on the broadcast, but, shout out to the Lady Dragon volleyball team coming back from an 0-2 set and coming back and winning 3-0 over the Northwest Texans as well. Tremendous night, Lady Dragons.
So next week, Carroll will be on the road, final road game of the regular season for the Dragons, taking on LD Bell at Pennington Field down in Bedford. We hope you can make the short trip down. I don't know, I guess there's a lot of ways to get there. Down 121, down 360, whichever one works best for you. But if you can't, we hope you will join us on our broadcast next week. That is another 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll be on the air with the pregame show starting at 6:30.
Big mention next week. We are going to be announcing the 2025 Hall of Honor induction class. So tune in. It will be a great halftime show again, filled with laughter and fun and great interviews.
Hey, big thanks tonight to Pastors John and Todd from White's Chapel coming up and chatting with us at halftime. Always a lot of fun with them. They are our title sponsor on the broadcast, and can't thank them enough for all their support every season.
Chris, they jumped right into it and gave the prediction. That's what I love about them. They do not lack confidence in their predictions, and they wanted to get right to it. We were trying to save it.
I know.
We were trying to create suspense, and they took it and they ran with it. And it was great.
Yeah, you want to leave something for the end, but I couldn't wait to get it out tonight. So prediction that the Dragons will win, not from us. But the prediction was
I'm going to say it. I'll predict it right now, Chris.
that Carroll will win the state title by 3 touchdowns come December. But again, the final score tonight, Carroll 57 and Northwest 7. For our director, Tim Polster, for our statistician, Monty Clegg, for Robert, I'm Chris. Good night from Dragon Stadium. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight on the Dragon Sports Network.
This week's Dragon football broadcast has been brought to you by White's Chapel United Methodist Church, Feed Store Barbecue, Kim Bedwell Briggs Freeman Sotheby's, Godwin Bowman PC, The Baker Firm Fidelity National Title, Recoat Revolution, The Mark Southlake, Life's Medicine, Clayton and Clayton Real Estate, Hearst Autoplex, Southlake Dermatology, CLC Roofing, Patriot Mobile, The Dragon Den, and Mills Wealth Management. Thanks for joining us, and go Dragons.